Joshy, let's cut to the chase here.
Let's get to it.
I'm ready to get into the cast.
Me too.
And I'm ready to bombard you with all I got for you today, my friend. Like a rapid fire machine gun. Oh,
let's get it.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's
I'm
what I'm
say
saying.
something, but it's gaming related. Let's do it in 3,
2, 1.
What is good, my friends? Welcome back to the
Flash Brothers Podcast.
Baby. You like how I segued that?
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, dude.
So we just came from pregame, which is a preliminary show that we do before every single episode, and is available to our Patreon Gold Tier sponsors.
That's right.
Check that out if you guys are interested.
Yes.
But
and we just talked about we're rapid firing.
Yes, we're rapid firing this because Sam, it is currently 9:22 on Tuesday, June 18th.
Yeah, we're not talking about in the morning,
dude. Not even close.
No, yeah.
I don't think we've ever started that early.
The earliest we've ever started was like 11:30.
Was it like 11:30?
Yeah. On an 11
We never did like 10.
I swear. No, we set times
Sat
for
down
10.
for 10.
Yeah, and then we would just talk for an hour, and that was honestly
that sounds about right.
I'll be real.
That is what started.
Everything is there.
That's right.
Also, I have something exciting to announce real quick.
Okay.
That had a great conversation with Johnny and with Mikey last night. We were hanging out for our family game night with Lende Lovelady. And
you just name dropped 3. No, you just name dropped 4 Gold Tier sponsors.
Yep, and they're all there, baby.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All shout outs to you guys.
Shout out to you.
I had a great convo with Mikey and Johnny for 2 upcoming miniseries. The first, which I will officially announce is being recorded this Friday. It is the first episode of the new series. They shouldn't even be miniseries because truly this is the main series. This is the Flash Bros. This is the Flash Bros. And everything else is under that umbrella.
Yes.
Right? Under the Flash Force.
The Flash Force.
That's right. So joining the Flash Force will officially be... Johnny's already been a part of that crew, and Mikey is hopping on board. So DLC would be the first series to go along with pregame that we've been dropping, right?
There you go.
We just wrapped up, as you said, episode 19
That's
today,
right, baby. That's right.
And this is, by the way, episode 43 of the Flash Brothers Podcast.
Welcome to the 43rd episode.
It kind of strangely feels like we recorded episode 42 like 2 days ago.
It kind of does.
Doesn't it?
Especially since it's dark outside.
Yes.
And it feels like we were just here.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like kind of deja vu.
Yeah, it is.
Because also the house is empty now. So much happened and then just cleared out, right?
Boom, boom, boom.
So,
Clippy Whippy.
If you want to know what happened, check out pregame. We talk all about it because there's actually a very specific reason Josh and I are starting so late today.
That's right.
But we will be jumping into this episode because we got a lot to talk about.
That is very right.
Because as you know, the Nintendo Direct dropped at 7 a.m. Pacific time this morning. And to be honest...
Wild.
Dude, it's crazy because... it's kind of forming that the Flash Bros is... I'm so glad that it was Joshy's real kind of voice in the matter of we needed to keep current news as a part of the show.
It's so important.
It pretty much, I think, is going to be the heart of the show, is going to be current news headlines. And followed by, and in addition to the passion of whatever currently is in our wheelhouse, horizon, or like...
Our hearts, Sam.
Our hearts.
What about our hearts?
Thank you. No. That's exactly what it is, bro. Thank you. Thank you.
That's how we do it.
Always finishing my sentences.
Of course.
It's beautiful.
Thank you,
I also
it is
have potentially found a permanent solution to even better the sound quality for the podcast. Because, Joshy, I wanted to tell you that I sent an email to the basically the developers of the iPad app I use to record our podcast, which you're using right now, and for all my editing that I do with my, I've got like a little mouse keyboard set up, but I also use my Apple Pencil on it, right? It's designed for the iPad. It's called Ferrite. They're kind of smaller. And to be honest, when I did this, I made this decision. I don't ever email a developer, but they were really small scale. They still are. And everything I looked up to see if other people are having the issue or if this is a me thing, I couldn't find anything. That's how you know it's small, right?
It's small.
So I decided I was going to...
Not even Reddit?
Not even Reddit. Here, let me show you a little preview. Not anything in detail. I just kind of compiled on a whim just a list of things that I had gathered off the top of my head over the last year of using this program for our podcast. And the developer emailed me back the next day.
No way.
An extremely extensive response giving me tips and suggestions for the things I talked about.
Hey.
Yeah, which, by the way...
That's the kind of people we love to talk to.
The lead developer, by the way, was the person who wrote that email,
Don't mind if we do.
This is what I sent them. And mine was pretty... To be honest, detailed. I had like each thing that was kind of like just a little thing. Like for example, small bug that I think is a bug. There, you can make a tag. I use tags to organize myself religiously now on my iPad. So for files, I tag everything. You know what I mean, right?
Oh, of course.
You can attach a word or a color or both. So I started making tags in Ferrite. Realized I went way overboard because the way I pretty much use it is within the span of recording and editing. I then store all that on my portable drive.
Interesting.
And I just take it off my computer, because I don't have a lot of storage anyway. So there's no point in organizing that much because I don't need to. I'm not storing the data there.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
However, I can't delete my tags. There's a plethora of tags I made that are just there and I can't do anything about it.
You can't get them off your iPad?
No, you can... If you swipe to delete it, it doesn't actually delete it. It deletes a color attached to it and its attachment to any files of the tag, but the tag stays. So really it's just an inconvenience because I go to tag something and there's just a whole list I have to look through instead of just three that I use, right?
Interesting.
So I said something like that along with a bunch of other things. I think I emailed her like 9 things that was either like a suggestion or whatever. And it was... I've never had a developer response like that before, and something she suggested was a setting that I didn't know about to apply to the microphone. That it's called sound isolation. Specifically, you choose what you want to highlight on a list. Voices is one of them. So it will pick up with AI what it thinks is voices, and it will literally delete everything else.
I don't like AI.
I don't either. But
I'm just kidding. When it's something as simple as that, I think that's really smart.
Of course.
I think that's very smart.
Just something, if it just amplifies the voices.
Yes.
Perfect. That is all I want. Yeah, it's the fans I'm really worried about.
What if it's at one point through it, it's like it makes us say stuff. Because AI, it'd be like, AI will take over the world and we will all be killed by our supreme overlords. Wouldn't that be kind of
Guys, if that happens, please let us know because honestly, we won't know.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going back and listening to the whole thing.
Right.
Joshy, let's.
Sometimes I will.
As I kind of was alluding to, let's fast track this.
Fast track.
Yeah, because I got big plans for today's episode. Despite the time, and I'm hoping to be done by midnight, truthfully. Okay. But I'm confident that we got plenty to talk about.
Let's shoot for even sooner. Fuck it.
Really?
Fuck it.
Here's the thing. The
10,
direct,
11, we can finish by 11.
Here's the deal for you and the audience. Okay. The direct, as you probably know, massive. Remember we mentioned that there hasn't been one in like 8-9 months?
Yes. Also, when was the last time
it's so obvious.
When was the last time It is. When was the last time you woke up on time for a direct?
For a direct?
Yes. It's been a while.
Probably Smash era. That was like the only time I religiously, because I didn't want to be spoiled. I didn't want to wake up to... I had that happen with one of the character drops. And
which one?
Byleth. I woke up and it was like, Byleth. And I'm like, damn, I missed...
That would have been crazy to see
I missed the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer. Always the hypest.
Always the hypest moment. So, I think I also got up for the one where they literally announced Ultimate.
Oh,
Remember that direct?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like the one where they officially like showed it off.
Yeah.
So I was in school during that time, so it was perfect. And I remember one of my favorites was when Sword and Shield was finally showed off. They showed the starters, they showed the region, they officially named it Sword and Shield. I thought it was an amazing name, but I was walking to school. So I used to park at the church and I would walk to school, like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching the freaking Pokemon Direct getting out of my car and walking to high school. It was so fun. Good times, baby. Bro. Good times.
Yeah, it's crazy how different tech is. You know what I did in high school, Joshie? Just real quick. A little retro recap for you.
Fuck it.
One time I used to religiously listen to it. My car was a 1983.
Oh, yeah.
Caprice Classic.
Capri Sun.
I don't know. You're not really a car guy, if I'm not mistaken.
I wish I was. Right? I like cars. Yeah. I think they're cool.
Yeah, I can. It's like you can appreciate.
So know them enough.
But I don't. I'm not a car guy.
You would have to devote a lot more to become a car guy. You know what I mean?
Honestly, and the car guys will sniff you the fuck out.
Oh, they will. They
do not call yourself a car guy if you don't actually have a passion for cars.
Absolutely.
And a passion is not, this is nice. I love my car.
Yeah.
But I'm not a car guy.
Right.
All right?
Right.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. So my car, to paint a picture, Tuna Boat was the nickname of my car.
Tuna Boat?
Tuna Boat.
Tuna Boat.
It was literally an old school cop car. Okay. Like, not a Crown Victoria before that. Okay? So a little more boxy, right? Those boxier looking cop cars. They're made of steel, bro. They're so, like, you go to punch it and it's like hard, right? Dun, dun, dun. It was silver. It was so clean. For being a 1983.
What was it called?
Yeah, look it up.
I want to.
Caprice Classic 1983.
Capri Sun. How do you spell Caprice?
No, not Capri Sun. Caprice. Caprice. I think.
1983?
1983.
1983.
Also, the name Classic was in the title of my first car.
It's kind of a sexy-ass car.
It's kind of sexy-ass. Here's the deal, Joshie. It's not about the outside.
Or no?
That's exactly what it was, but it was a silver color.
Like this?
That is exactly...
That's your car?
The vibe of the car.
Let's go.
Exactly, Josh. Listen, this is the interior. It had like one of those shifters that's kind of like right in the steering wheel, but it's massive, almost like a big truck. Okay, it has no center console of any kind. It's all plush carpet.
Love it.
Okay, then the seats, it's one row of seats. You seen those cars, the older ones, right? Like, there's no separation.
In the front?
There's separation in the stitching. Bless you. Yeah, in the front. There's, like, if you were to get into a big truck, you know how there's separation in the stitching?
Yeah,
There's
I know.
no outline of the seats?
Yes.
It's just one. That separates it.
It's like a trough at a...
couch.
Yeah. That's a better way. I was going to say like a trough at a pissing trough.
Yeah, but nicer, okay? Yeah. Because it almost had a velvety feel.
Yeah.
Kind of like actual furniture. Not like a seat in a car.
Car seat.
Right? No. So, I'm not kidding. 9 out of 10 comfy.
Damn!
For 3 people, full-grown adults to sit in the front.
That is kind of
I mean, granted, I was 16 when I got it, so I don't know that I was a full-grown adult.
You were close.
We never felt like...
cramped?
No. Has the same exact seats for the back.
That's pretty
We would go to the drive-in movie theater.
You have 6 people?
We could have 7 if we wanted to squeeze.
Yeah.
Nice. And there's so much room in the bottom because there's nothing down there.
Why would you get rid of that idea? It's so tough.
No, you're right. I'll tell you what, though. 12 miles to the gallon.
12 miles to the gallon?
That hurts. Bad. It's brutal.
It's icky.
Taking a half-hour trip, coming back, I'm like, I'm at a half tank.
My gas. Did you have a leak or something?
No, it just it guzzles gas like a G, bro.
How does it do that?
You feel it when you drive. It's like one of those cars where, like, I'm sure car guys would love it because it's like, it just sounds really sexy when you're like, you know, I'm saying that as a non-car guy, but you're like, you barely hit like the gas and it's like, just deep. And just very old school, but authentic. Not
like that.
Not like a muffler, right? It's genuinely like, it's a V8, right? So when you're hitting high miles per hour, dude, the car's almost shaking, right? It's like...
My car does that.
It feels like power.
But that's because it's a 2001 Toyota Corolla and it's falling apart. But...
Not the Prius?
Still sharks. No. Yeah. I love that Prius.
Yeah.
I had a... speaking of guzzling... gasoline. My first car was a Honda Element, and it was amazing, but it was horrible gas mileage.
Yeah.
Probably close to that. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
It was like I traveled one place and I would have to going somewhere and coming back, especially because my girlfriend in high school was really far away from me. She was in Chandler, I was in Gilbert, right? So it's like a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute back.
Totally.
And then going to places in between. Every day I'd probably have to fill it up. Bless you. I'm so happy I get to say bless you to Sammy on this cast. It's normally me getting...
Yeah, you know what?
You're goosed up.
Let's continue here, Joshy. Let me say that today marks Season 3, Episode 43. Today is Tuesday, January 18th. The direct dropped this morning.
That's right.
Right? My name is Sam. By the way, taking command as the captain on today's voyage.
Everyone salute the captain.
Please, guys.
Salute.
Thank you, my friends, my fellow crewmates, because on this boat, I'm not on a deck above you. We're all on the same level.
We're all on the same level.
Yeah, that's right.
If anything, sometimes you guys are steering the ship.
Absolutely.
Especially if you guys are responding to the Spotify Q&As that we have set up and are sending in messages.
That's right.
That's literally you guiding us towards where we need to go.
Absolutely.
You guys are the helmsman of this ship.
I have inputs for this week.
In a good way.
Hey, and I also did a poll on Spotify.
Ooh.
And I got 3 responses for that. So pull that up.
Nice.
But
pull that up.
I have to introduce my legendary first mate.
Oh my gosh.
The Star Warrior himself.
Kendall Sutherland.
Joshy!
What? No way, not me. Dude, speaking of Millie, this dude was, we were hanging out this morning, obviously, at the donut shop. Shout out Marshall for everything. Also, did he hook us up?
I think the total bill for everything was like just over $30 for everything.
That's impossible because we all got sandwiches and we all got like shit. And the sandwiches are $10.
Donuts. Yeah.
Shout out.
And I got a coffee.
Huge shout out.
She got a flight of drinks.
Mimosas. It was like $30. Weird.
It was $30 for everything. I mean, to be honest with you, he kind of has been given. I'm so happy for him because he's truly like everything about that place is so. I've never been to a place like it. It's the definition of hole in the wall.
Yeah.
But it's obviously ran by people. He's so close with the owners, right? They're homies. And they just met one day and he liked Marshall's vibe.
Well, who doesn't?
Exactly.
I'll tell you that much.
That's why he earned that, bro.
So love that spot. Shout out
he
Marshall.
Runs that solo.
So great. Yeah. I loved seeing him work too. It was awesome. Marshall's also such a good service worker. I didn't even mean to talk about Marshall, by the way, but we need to shout out.
We have to. We don't talk about it much on the podcast.
No, we really don't.
Might as well.
We have a couple times, but I've known this guy since Dutch Bros. We worked together back when he was like 17,
right?
And I was like 19, 20.
Right. And I'll be honest. Like you and me already have the 9-year exact age gap. I think, like just about
9 years exact.
Is it 8?
I'm 24.
32.
You're 32.
So it's 8.
8 years.
We have an 8-year gap.
It may be 8 years and a little change.
So Marshall's even younger than you.
Yeah.
And Marshall is one of my blood brothers, like for real.
Seriously,
right?
real.
Seriously. He is so beyond wise, and he thinks so differently. Yeah. But he also isn't exactly like you and I, because I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, of course.
Right? He's much more. We all have gifts, and his gift is like he just has the chill surfer boy.
Yes, he's got that vibe.
Everybody picks up on it.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
And that's what I was gonna say about his service is just so nice. Like him literally seeing him just run that shop. It's so epic.
Yeah, and that is a line though of, oh yeah, I'm chill, but I don't care. I don't care about the ownership, right? So I can snake around. I don't really care, bro. That's not his vibe.
It's not the vibe at all.
No, he's a great host.
No, it's just a great vibe overall. Anyway, shout out Marshall. Shout out Marshall. But I was gonna say because Millie asked me today. He was like, "What is Meta Knight even?" And I was like, "Oh, he's from Kirby." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but what is he?" And I was like, you asked the best fucking person who could ever tell you these things.
Podcast episode about it.
I actually didn't tell him that.
You didn't?
I could break it down because that podcast was ran by me, Sam.
Oh, I know.
And so I literally broke down. I'm like, literally, a void termina is a baby, and I broke it all down. I was like, negative, positive energy. Other version is a zero, very evil, right?
We're gonna have to tell him next time. Be like, hey. If you want to recap on anything Joshy said and more, check out this episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
And if you want to see Sam just actually bomb everything he learned, watch the next one.
Watch the next one. Go to trivia. You will see.
Jump over.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that because that was funny. Because you said I was a Star Warrior. So I was just breaking down this morning what a Star Warrior was.
Right.
And I'm honored. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
It's all you, baby. Joshy,
yes.
Let's jump the gun.
Yes.
We got our pop topic, my man.
What?
Yes, and I do got something today.
Hibbity pop topic.
Which you are involved in. I don't know if you know this, but maybe you got the vibe when I asked you, but I did ask you something about your father.
Oh my God, you did, yeah.
And today's pop topic,
But
we will be getting to right after we run Smash Ultimate.
Whoa!
Round 1, it's the Flash Ultimate game now.
Holy shit.
That's right, it's like a commercial break.
That took me so off guard. I was not expecting that at all. Let's go.
Baby. Okay, we have the results from our round 1 of Flash Ultimate, also known as Joshy, going ham on his voice and then hawking up a lung. I'm beginning to think your cough is not gone, my friend. You're getting loud. Joshy!
I lost.
What was the results?
Well, you got Mario, and I got Corrin, and unfortunately, Corrin is not someone I play too much, and you have put a decent amount of time into. And this is not me saying downplaying your game. I'm saying you got a good selection. You got a great character. You know how to play. You play a little bit more of Dr. Mario now, but still their kits are pretty fucking similar.
The root of the character is exactly the same.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's kind of in the same way where it's like if you can play Villager, you could play Isabelle.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's actually why I picked up Isabelle, because I was very familiar with a good Villager and how they play now. Bless you. Bless you,
I was also screaming.
Remember when it was deemed that Isabelle was like the best character at launch, like one of them?
I think so.
Yeah,
it was
like
her
she was
Inkling,
rated,
right?
Yes, they were both rated insanely
They were like
high.
said to be incredible.
Yeah, man. And that game was already so balanced, and it's crazy how it's even more balanced.
It's even more.
Yeah.
And also, there's a lot of characters who have been nerfed.
Yeah.
A lot of my characters, actually.
Yeah.
Min Min, Pyra, and Mithra, to name a few.
Oh, yeah.
Have been pretty darn nerfed, because you remember how much I used to kill with my side B as Pyra?
I don't know if I even remember how busted her forward smash even was. They nerfed
Which one?
that. Pyra's forward smash.
Yeah.
I think they nerfed
what
the
is it called?
And how fast it comes out. I can't even remember.
What's it called? Say something?
She
says something for sure. Or she says, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
classic. See ya! You know what I do remember vividly? Because I don't remember a lot of the patch notes. I do remember one character getting a absurd amount of buffs in one patch, and it was the what the fuck is this moment, right? Because nobody felt like they needed buffs. It's K-Rool. Do you remember when?
Oh my god, I do remember that.
Plethora of buffs
for no reason.
His super armor and his fucking belly.
You used to be able to crack it so much easier, and now I never see it break.
It literally, they increased the time of recovery from when it goes back to normal. It almost is unnoticeable. Seriously, I barely have seen that thing cracked. Yeah, and they increased the time that it takes for him to ground somebody for his down tilt and his grab.
I do remember that. That was so weird.
They buffed all this shit, and me and my buddies, I don't think you and I were super connected when that was live.
I don't think we knew each other yet.
I don't even think we did. I remember sending like a text out to a group chat though and being like, what the fuck is this? Like a highlight of it, and everyone's like, are you actually making a joke?
Weird.
Yeah, I think it was Dusty probably.
They should have
what is this?
Buffed Dark Pit, Villager, Cloud, Mega Man, Pyra, Mithra, Min Min.
None of these characters Joshy plays.
I really don't touch them, but they deserve a buff. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't touch them
just
so much.
A subtle buff.
Yeah,
Joshy, let's jump immediately into what I was alluding to. The pop top.
Oh my god, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
That
was intentional.
Dorian was here.
And Dorian showed up. Yes. Yeah, more Dorian. There's always something that happens.
There's something going on.
I have a small.
Sam!
I have a small Mikey story. Small.
Okay.
It has to do with this.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be racing towards the finish line.
Right. Well, I'll open with the pop topic is Father's Day.
Oh, we love
just
that.
a little ode to Father's Day that just passed this last Sunday.
I love it.
Hung out with Kendall's mommy and daddy while she was at work Sunday night, and we had a blast. We actually we got pretty cooked and went up into the attic to try to figure out how to wire the speaker system in the house. It was actually a lot of fun.
Really?
But what I wanted to say was that it has to do with Lene Lovelady and Mikey. So we were at the house for like a couple hours, and we were cooking, right?
Yes.
Like there was like stuff on the grill. They got a new Traeger.
Oh, literally cooking.
Oh my, literally cooking.
I love it.
So Lene and I were outside talking, and she like cuts me off and is like, I need something from inside. Oh, but you'll get distracted. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Right?
What?
Yeah, I'm good. What do you need?
Yeah.
Nothing. I literally turned to her, and I don't promise things.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, Lene, I will come right back. I promise.
Right.
Nothing will distract me.
Right.
I walk inside. Guess who walks in the front door?
Mikey.
The second I walk inside. Oh my gosh. It was a fat meme. It was like, Dorian comes in.
That is hilarious.
Nothing's going to distract us.
Well, nothing can distract
Dorian
me.
walks in.
Boom.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I didn't even poop.
You didn't.
I didn't.
Because
Dory was here.
Do you need to go?
It kind of passed.
To be honest, we don't got much before we just really kick this off. So
then why don't
just let me know when
I will, because
I'll give you a
passed.
break point.
It passed.
Oh.
As in, like, I needed to poop. Yes. And then the poop left.
Yes. Okay.
You feel me?
I do. Okay. I know the feeling. I really do. So let me know if it comes back.
So yes.
It's overwhelming, but
so pop topic
to
Father's Day.
One last thing.
Oh yes.
Because Lene knows me and knows Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
She saw on the Ring camera when I walked inside that Mikey came in the front door.
Oh, yeah.
And she immediately had the thought of, oh, Sam's fucked. And walks inside already knowing. Yeah, she's got what she needs.
Smart.
Yeah. I know. And that's the happy-go-lucky family
we love
got
it.
going on.
We love it.
Flash Bros with the gold tier sponsors.
Tier sponsors.
We'll get there in a sec, Joshy. Let's hit this topic of Father's Day.
Yes, sir.
I reached out to you with a text.
Yes,
on the weekend.
You did.
On Father's Day, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
And I can't remember exactly what I asked you, but let me pull it up. I asked you, what does Daddy Mike, who is a Gold Tier sponsor, so I knew he would at least hopefully be here to hear this, a little shout out, but I asked Daddy Mike what his favorite game was growing up. Because I knew that you said your dad wasn't really a gamer.
Well, yeah, I mean, he would play. He's a tech.
If anything,
guy.
Right, exactly.
He likes tech.
If he's into tech, and he also the whole story of how he got you the Switch.
Yeah,
obviously, and his sons are all nerds, right?
Of course.
He knows what your guys' vibe is. He's not out of the wheelhouse, right?
Right.
So I thought you'd have something for me, and you did. What you texted back was you said. He didn't have too many games to play, video games, back in the day, but he did show me Tomb Raider when I was a kid and beat the game. So I just wondered if you go into a little story time.
Yes, so he bought, when we were babies, maybe not baby. When did the PS1 come out? The PlayStation 1, I'm sorry. Because it was, whenever it came out, he bought the PlayStation 1, the original top loader, you remember, with the disc, and it opens up. I actually have a very funny story to go with this. 1994. That's perfect because it was probably around when my older sibling was born, which was 98.
That's the oldest.
Yes, the oldest. Yeah. Yes,
and you're second?
I'm second oldest, yes. And then I have my younger brother, Drew, and then my younger sister, Katie. So, so when we were babies, my dad bought the brand new PlayStation and then bought Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Okay.
And then he bought the snowboarding one.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
Is it called like SSX?
I think so.
It is.
Yeah.
Or 1080 degrees.
Something
like that.
It was one of those.
Maybe they're the same game and that's just like a subtitle.
That could also
Something
be.
like that. Yeah.
I don't know. But he found it in his closet when I was like a young kid, and he was showing me. He was like, "Look, it's a PlayStation." I thought it was the coolest thing, and he showed me Tomb Raider, and he was like, "Yeah, these graphics used to be like the most cutting edge, like the nicest shit." And oh my god, my dad's such a clown too.
That's awesome.
He won't get in trouble for this, but he's like, "Yeah, she's pretty hot too, isn't she?" You know, the OG fucking
Absolutely.
Lara Croft.
Right.
Pointy ass breasts.
That's what anybody...
You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, how far games have come, because you look at that
absolutely.
now and you're like, that's so silly.
That's ridiculous.
No one would even think that
but
now,
then,
but back in the day.
Was the baddest anime girl there was.
That's what I'm saying, man. And that was like prime time of that. Like, I actually didn't really have PlayStation influence. Yeah, like at all. Like, I was a Nintendo boy through and through, so
same.
I didn't discover Lara Croft until like middle school.
Until you were older.
Right, and then people are like talking about Lara Croft. Oh yeah, we talk about gaming babes. I'm like, who the heck is Lara Croft?
Who the fuck is Lara Croft? So, to finish off this story, it's actually really funny. It's kind of tragic, actually. When he showed me this game, I was so young. My little brother was a little kid. And he saw that the PlayStation opened up like this.
Like a tray.
And he thought it was a toilet. And so he pissed all inside of... Yeah, I've told this story on the cast before. Yeah. He pissed all inside the PlayStation, and it ruined it. It broke it, obviously, because he pissed all over it.
Yeah, that acid, it just
goes right through. And so, yeah, I remember being, like, pissed. I was like, he pissed all over it. Everywhere. And it was pretty soon after my dad brought it out. But, I mean, I don't know if that was a common occurrence. And it might be why the PS2, you slid the disc in instead of having it come up. Because maybe babies thought it was a toilet. Maybe. Or kids that were potty training.
The GameCube obviously didn't get that memo. Actually, you want to know a fun meme about the GameCube?
Yeah.
You remember when we were rearranging all the furniture out there for the new TV setup?
Yes.
Remember? And you and Gabe...
oh my gosh, we moved it to move it.
There was the GameCube
Oh my god, it fell.
all these things fell, but the GameCube was like, it's like a brick.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
To be honest, the GameCubes are pretty indestructible.
Right.
GameCube is no more.
It
Sadly,
broke?
It did. I'm not just... This is not an outing of Joshy.
Holy shit.
It was honestly pure accident.
How do you know it's broken?
Because I opened it up after the fact, because it was sitting like near the floor, right?
Right.
So I was rearranging for the new TV.
So sad,
Don't be. No, genuinely,
Fuck.
in the midst of the chaos, we just made the TV setup happen now.
Fuck.
And I'm never going to use it again. All the GameCube games, I got Thousand Year Door on my Switch.
You got
We're
Switch,
good. If
Sunshine.
anything, I mean, I love just having it on display above the fireplace.
It's tough.
Because it's just such an iconic.
It's tough. Wait, so what's broken?
What's broken is it's not actually the tray that lifts up, but on the inside with the disc spins on it, it latches to.
Yeah.
It's a little spinner.
Oh, yeah.
It literally dislodged. I've never even seen this. It's dislodged and the spring is sticking out.
No way.
I'll be real though, Joshy.
I did not expect that to break.
Yeah, me neither.
Wow.
No, because seriously,
so sad now.
They're indestructible bricks. No, don't be. Same thing with PS2, by the way. No,
I thought it was empty.
I actually, I don't even need to go into a story, but when I was young, I think this is the third GameCube that I've had.
Oh, yeah?
Because, just like the 360,
Yeah.
The first GameCube, even though they were built like bricks on the outside, the inside always got fucked.
Just fell apart.
So, because we were all like, I don't know, like at middle school kids, when we would take the disc out, you know how they're like small discs?
Yeah, they're little guys.
Well, that honestly means you have free reign to touch anything that's on the inside. Right, especially kids, right? What I mean by that, you have a PlayStation, right? And when you put the disc in, it takes up the entirety of the space.
I see what you're saying.
So there's all this shit in there that, like, they designed it well. Don't get me wrong. It's very clean. But what happens is, there's a lens. Have you ever seen that lens in there?
I have.
It's like, you can imagine it, I guess, like if you can't see it, but like, this is literally probably the size of a GameCube disc.
Right.
Underneath where the disc spins is a little scanner that goes up and down as the disc spins.
Right.
And it reads the data on the disc.
Right.
Every disc drive has one.
Okay.
Because that is like,
how
it's a laser and how it gets the data.
Sure.
Exactly.
Sure.
That laser is on like a constant pulley back and forth to read the disc.
Right.
We smudged and broke the pulley just by using the GameCube normally.
Damn.
Like, so it just stopped reading games. It wouldn't read any games.
Busted.
Yeah, busted.
My
Wii actually also, I got 2 Wiis because my first one. Yeah, actually, you could hear. That's when, like, my techie, I'm going to figure shit out and open things and fix them. Brain was starting to work when the Wii came out. My Wii, it stopped reading discs. I'm like, I have a curse with Nintendo consoles and discs,
it's
right?
the next generation, too.
Literally. But I heard something I started to pick up that when I put in the disc,
yes,
like Brawl,
right,
and it would start to spin and it would stop and it'd say disc failure. But if I applied pressure, it's so bad. If I applied pressure and kind of smushed the Wii a little bit, and it's kind of thin, I could feel the friction a little bit of the disc, the top of the disc that had like the artwork on it, on the top side. And if I added a little bit of volume, the system would feel the resistance and it would add more torque to the spin and it would work. So I got my Wii to work for like an extra year.
By what? You just stack bricks on it?
No, I just would manually every time. That way no one fucked with my Wii too, right? I was also at the age where I'm like starting to get selfish, and I'm like, no, I don't want anything to break. But every time I boot,
this is hilarious,
dude. This is all dead ass. I can't. We pull these memories.
It's so real though.
But I put in the disc, and when it started up, I would just apply a little pressure.
Get a little pressure on there.
All right, guys, we're good. Let's play Smash.
Yeah, let's get it. I love it. I love it.
Crazy.
That's funny. I've never heard that story. Yeah,
isn't that nuts? I probably thought about that.
Well, rest in peace that GameCube. I don't think we ever used it. Man.
No, that's the thing is, I never will. I promise you. Yeah.
Sad.
No, it's
worse
if anything,
comes to worse if we want to.
How I look at it is like I almost look at it in my mind of R.I.P. GameCube, right? Anderson GameCube. This date to this date.
Yes.
And that's the funny story. Yeah. We were setting up literally the next gen Smash setup.
Next Smash.
And GameCube just took a fall.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
It's probably when did you get it?
Probably
2019.
2008. 2007.
2007 to 2024.
Somewhere around there. I remember I was in high school because we replaced the GameCube finally, right? Anyways, Joshy, I want to add one more thing.
Please.
Which is I texted my father. And I said, hey, Dad, what's a memory you have with video games growing up or at some point in your youth or your 20s for a special Father's Day topic on the podcast?
Love it.
And he actually gave me a pretty extensive response. And as you know from like my E3 story, I think, my dad never really was a gamer, like at all.
Really touch him.
Very social. And just even with tech, like, it's funny, he likes iPads now, but I think he really uses it because it's so easy, right? And it's big. He's just always really just been an out and do things guy.
Take care of business, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real too. Like he didn't want me playing video games because he just thought they were just garbage.
It was rotting your brain.
Yeah, exactly. I remember literally if he thought I was playing games too much, I would go to school and come back and he would just take whatever the GameCube and put it up in my parents' room in the top of the closet where I have no hope of reaching it. And I would like cry and be like, Mom, come on. Like, and my mom's like the softie and she'd maybe give in after I cried for hours.
Right.
But usually I would just kind of drop it and she's like, no, honey, like your dad said you have to do this. You have to mow the lawn and play outside for 2 days because you've been playing it for like 5 in a row. And I'm like, no.
Fuck.
No.
1,000-year door.
It felt like eternity.
1,000-year door.
So he texted me back and said Atari Pong.
Oh,
that was my first and only.
Dude.
The OG Pong.
Where's my earring?
What?
So sorry, I did not mean to. No, it's literally not here.
No, it's literally off. Don't you love when you notice that with jewelry?
Well, that was so weird. What the fuck?
You just felt that it didn't like hit your face?
Yes.
Yeah, what the heck?
I felt that and I was like,
we'll find it.
I guess so.
That's all right.
It's probably in my bed.
Maybe. I wonder how long it's been gone.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you come to breakfast with it? We've been together like all day, so I'm like.
Jocelyn posted those pictures.
Oh yeah, look at the pictures.
That's what I'm saying.
They're probably gone at the party. Let's be real. Let's continue though.
Yeah, keep going. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I didn't even notice.
We'll find it.
Yeah, we will.
It's inside the GameCube.
No way.
Dude, check this out. This is crazy because I've not heard this story from my dad.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said the Pong, Atari Pong. That was my first and only. It was in the early 70s. Wow. Right? We've never owned one because we didn't have money for that stuff. So I was excited to go to somebody's house who had one.
Nice.
He said it was 12/13. No, so I was only playing baseball and getting into trouble. The hard part was your paddle would get smaller the more games you won.
Oh, shit.
And the ball would go faster and faster. A great game, really.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
And that's the Atari, which one?
Wild. That's
Was
Pong.
That the Atari Pong?
Yeah, which is
was that a remote?
The first mainstream video game ever.
Or was it? It's not the 2600.
It's a joystick.
The 2600?
Yeah, 2600. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In fact, like, before even, like, the concepts of arcades was a thing, right? This was, like, a take-home little device that they were playing in front of a tiny monitor, right?
Little baby
Pong was, like, the first game. Mm-hmm. And have you ever played, like, OG Pong?
I played it on 2600 back in church. They had an OG.
Really?
They had a bunch of games, and Pong was on there.
Yeah.
So I played the original one that was on the Atari 2600, the literal game that went in there.
Yeah.
Pretty fun stuff.
Pretty fun. It's amazing to go back to immense classics like Tetris, like Pong. Yeah. And you can very much see, like, oh, yeah, this is definitely where gaming came from. There's still quality.
The evolution of games, too.
Yes.
It's, like, insane. Like, the idea that that's where a console was. Right?
And no music, by the way.
No music.
No music. No.
Sound effects. Minimal sound effects.
And also, we've talked before, too, on like Retro Recap about this. I watched this YouTube video that was kind of like the same vibe of Game Theory.
Oh,
where it breaks down shit.
Love it.
So it said that Mario Bros, the original, is a genius game design because in level 1-1, as an example, the game has there's no voice acting, there's no text, there's nothing to tell you how to play.
Right.
And all you really have is running, moving, and jumping, right?
True.
And so in the first 3 screens, it teaches you how to play, and then the rest of the level you're on your own.
So when you
without telling you
to
your face, right?
That's all you get.
It teaches you the first screen you have the block. Oh, you got to jump to hit the block. I should probably hit that.
Right.
Then right when you do, an enemy comes, and then you probably die to the enemy, and then you restart. And like, oh, I've learned to do something, and I've learned what I shouldn't do.
Yes.
What if I jump on him?
Right.
Right. That kind of pushing in the right way.
Yes.
Pong is just like that.
Pong. Just a quick example of one of the best uses of that. Mega Man X does it perfectly.
Mega Man X.
You could break down, I've watched many videos, but you could break down how that first level, the first level on the Mega Man X, there's no tutorial.
Right.
You hop right into the game and the first level is the tutorial.
Yes.
It is peak in teaching the player what to do, even if you've never touched a controller in your life. Literally just being like, looking down, okay, maybe I move. Oh, you know, what do these buttons do? I can jump. I can shoot, right? Just taking it from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. I love it. No, it's fascinating. It's a unique thing to video games, you know?
It is. It's game theory.
Well, Joshy.
Yes.
Let's, as we kind of discussed before we hit record, I wanted to kind of fast track through the episodes for all the things we already said, right?
Yes.
So I'm good on not really catching up on a Rendezvous side of things. I'm still playing Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Right? Is there anything you wanted to mention?
Oh, I did.
You got a new level of achievement in Xenoblade 3.
Oh, yeah.
Please share.
Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed.
Yes.
Is probably one of my favorites. Favorite Xenoblade.
I'd say no question. It's on your list.
It's up there, or it's just so tough to say
games.
because it's lifted up by the first and the second game.
Right.
So it's hard to say how much of that love. First 5 for sure.
Yes.
But like how much of that love is exclusively because of Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed and is reliant on other stuff. So it's hard to say. I 100%ed it. Completely done.
I guess
originally
that says everything you need to know.
I was thinking, but I did 100% the first game, so it's tough to say.
Ooh.
I will say this is one of the best games I've ever played. I'm in love with the combat, in love with the characters, I'm in love with every single plot beat. It somehow takes everything that I wanted and exceeds. Exceeds far greater than I expected. I did not expect it to be as good.
I didn't know how that's possible.
I was not expecting it. That's all I'll say. I just was not expecting it to be what it was. Incredible. So I had to 100% it. Because of what's in that game, I was inspired to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is a crazy idea because not only is it not on the Switch, it's on the Wii U, but it also... What was that?
Oh, I tossed my...
You silly.
In the trash, but I missed.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Not only is it, it's kind of disconnected from the rest.
Very.
It's what we know.
With the name Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles. That's very interesting.
X. It's so strange. It's not a part of the trilogy. It's just weird, right? But after what I've seen, I need to play. I just need to play.
For sure.
Just to know.
Josh and I were talking. Caleb can probably relate a little bit too because we both were really hyped for X.
Oh yeah, Caleb was.
Yes, both of us. Yeah, really? For him, it was more of this like. I think he maybe even said at one point, this would be why I get a Wii U. It would be Zelda and this,
Wow.
Because, like Wind Waker HD. Right?
I was going to say, I thought you were talking about Zelda Wii U.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the day. Before it was a Switch.
No, that was for the hype for Zelda Wii U. It was knowing that was coming too, but Xenoblade Chronicles X, it was, the idea of it really drew both of us in so much, right? Of like, okay, now we're not limited by hardware. Now we can really fully exercise. By the way, he's still off of the Xenosaga train. He always was on that connection.
Played them all?
I don't know if he played them all, but he has at least played, of the whole trilogy, he's played an extensive amount, or he knows all of it.
Wow. What's keeping him from Blade, then?
To be honest, there's a lot of mixed factors. One of the big talking points we'd always have was that he felt complete with Xenosaga, and almost like this idea of how could you beat it, right? Which little does he know. I mean, he does, obviously. I've told him a lot, and he's probably heard us on this show a lot. There's a reason he's finally starting it this year.
Absolutely.
But you kind of know how it is, right? Like, it's kind of like if you had a nostalgic love.
Yeah.
For example, Zelda, right? Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
It will be my golden standard for Zelda. I will compare every Zelda experience. Baseline is Ocarina of Time. So that will never change.
So it's, what's really funny? Not that I was nostalgic on Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, but when I learned when Xenoblade Chronicles X was announced, so hyped. I was unbelievably hyped. And then I learned information through the directs about what the plot was, and I immediately lost interest because I was like, oh, it's like its own game, and it doesn't really take place in the Xenoblade Chronicles universe.
Right.
Obviously, I didn't know much about Klaus or much about the fact
much about the universe.
Yes, much about the universe at all. So I was not interested because I was like, I don't know if I want to get into a huge story if I'm already so invested in what Shulk and the gang are up to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
At that point,
so much so.
Yes.
So I can get that. I can get it where it's like I'm satisfied with what I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I do. I really do. So, yeah, sweet. Well, I'm excited for updates. I think we should press on to Multitap right here, brother. Do you want a break time?
Do you mind?
I don't mind.
I kind of have to poop a little
Let's
bit.
do it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The feeling is
the stinker
back.
is coming.
Yeah, we'll break right here.
They love potatoes. You know how, like, they call them studs?
Oh.
You know how they eat, like, baked potatoes?
Spuds?
Spuds, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Spuds, not studs.
Like Idaho spuds.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, I think I'm ready to start.
Yeah?
I think you can get it going, yeah. Right. I love you, bro.
Yeah, I love you, bro. No, dude, I'm glad, not only are we, are you good, but you also have a dope new cross earring.
Kind of looks tough, right?
Yeah, no, tough as fuck.
Thank you for letting me have
it. Yeah, we had a situation on the break. We had to make sure we alleviated the earring situation.
Yes, we needed to.
Yeah.
I'd say, yes, I absolutely would say. A huge part of my ADHD, too, is, like, hyperfixating. I understand. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And so I have a phobia of needles, from just some trauma I've had as a kid. So I kind of have an issue with putting in earrings. But as you notice, I switch out my earrings, and usually I'm switching them out right after one after another. Right. And it's never a big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I think you're just psyching yourself out because
I did. That's the issue.
Because you just noticed.
I just
you
noticed.
Weren't in control of.
And then also when it's gone, I'm already freaking out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I've also, by the way, one time I woke up.
Yeah.
And I had no problems with my ears.
Yeah.
My nose, on the other hand, was a bitch and a half. Yeah. And I'm sure you've heard it from anyone who's got their nose pierced. Like Dory,
Kendall was telling me even too just now.
Yeah, dude. Actually, Kendall's was like pretty impressive. I feel like the septum is not the same.
She was telling me how I would just kind of psyched her out sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
So because of the pain of everything I went through, even I'm getting the keloid and even replacing the damn thing and like I almost had to repuncture. It was not fun. Like basically, I've been through that kind of thing, and I know what it's like. I really do. It almost gave me a phobia I didn't have.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say phobia. That's obviously it's very different, right?
Sure.
But I respect it.
Right.
Like it's like, oh damn, it's a bitch.
It's a bitch.
So
and a half.
I woke up one time in a panic because it'd been healed for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So after the fact, so it's probably a year actually it's been healed, but like 6 months after I stopped having problems, suddenly I woke up and my nose ring fell out on my bed.
Oh no!
Yeah, it has like a clip so it doesn't fall out, but it never happened. I freaked out, and then I tried getting it back in. I couldn't get it in. I was like, all right, I gotta breathe.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I just gotta get the angle, and I just had to stop like really just focus, right?
You had to lock in.
You had to lock in.
As some would say.
Exactly. So speaking of getting locked in, I think we need to get plugged in.
Plug in right now,
We're plugging right now.
Let's plug it.
Entering Multitap. Let's
plug
run
it.
through. My friends,
plug it.
Welcome to the official Flash
Welcome
Brothers
in, guys.
podcast. This weekly show is essentially two blessed...
Whoa.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah. I've been blessed so much the last couple of weeks. It is kind of two blessed friends. You know what I mean?
It is.
Because I've been coughing, and you bless me every time, and so does everyone out there.
Have to.
Legally, they have to, actually.
Well, they do, honestly.
I know.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Of course.
I feel the same, bro. I mean, that's a big part of what the show actually is.
That's right.
So this is a great place to mention that. Like, we are incredibly grateful for being here. Even if it's just Josh and I talking to the wind, it's still an amazing feeling even putting out, I guess, like just being the real us and talking about the things and almost forcing ourselves to sit down and talk about it. I was actually talking with our new boy Millie about it.
Millie,
yeah, he
love
was
Millie.
kind of like, why?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, to be honest, I could tell you all the great things about having your own business in a way.
Yeah.
But really, it's kind of an excuse for Josh and I to hang out.
Absolutely, it is.
Forcefully, right? And
yeah,
the busier you are, the more you really understand and take for granted.
Oh my gosh,
free time.
You really do.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
So even though we live together,
that's right.
We still got to plan these hangs.
We do.
Yeah, we do. Otherwise, fuck, dude. Sometimes. So much to do. Always busy. Yeah. So, really, I can sum this up here because we've had so much go on, even interruption wise. Our first goal of midnight is definitely out the window.
Definitely gone.
So
that's okay.
I actually think I'm just gonna fast track this guy's welcome in. And let's jump to our gold tier sponsors.
Let's jump
real quick, Josh.
Let's get it going.
Without first saying that, guys, if you want to be involved, we want everyone to be involved.
Yes.
Just another, I guess, reminder that send us an email, flashbillspodcast@gmail.com. That's
right.
Or check out our Patreon, patreon.com/flashbillspodcast.
Yes.
Absolutely. It needs a current revamping for sure.
Yes.
And Josh and I are currently cooking up.
It's in the process.
Ideas. It is. Yes, it is in the process for logos and kind of, I don't know, a new kind of like visual overhaul. But I also mean like I need to like update a lot of the info and also get a more consistent posting on there. But you know what it is? It's a great place just to recenter and get caught up on, if you want to know who we are, it's there. Here's the Discord, right? Only on the Patreon page. It's free. But you got to go to the page to see it. And if you want to get involved, that's the place to be.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of getting involved, we have our gold tier sponsors here, Joshy. We actually mentioned over half of them already.
Huge amount.
As a little illusion.
You have.
Alluding.
What?
Alluding.
I'm with it.
Genie of the lamp.
Alluding.
Justin, let's run through real quick.
Prince
we have two we didn't mention, which is Mama Annie and Donald Duck, two of our most faithful here from the beginning.
They've been here since the OG days.
The OG days.
Yes.
We got Queen Kendi.
Love her.
Got us a beautiful another round of Jimmy John's kind of the
she got us
tradition
some
right
sandwich.
now.
It really
is. So good. So good.
I love that sandwich.
Yeah. Dude, I almost it gets me in like a podcast mood.
Yeah.
I think because now we just have it during the podcast.
The podcast,
right?
Yeah.
We also have Sweet A Drell.
Sweet A Drell.
We didn't mention him yet. Do you want to?
Absolutely,
plug,
So he does Twitch streaming. Go check him out at Sweet A. That's at Sweet AYEEE. 3 E's. Go check him out. He's hilarious.
Yes,
I can't say enough about him. He's incredible.
Honestly. And another one of our roommates as well.
Yes, part of the Flash Force.
That's right. Part of the Flash Force. Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's right.
Also part of the Flash Force is Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Himself, man. John Rao the Fourth. Yes, sir. Also, I met his... I haven't mentioned, I met his dad a couple times.
John Rao the Third.
I think I met him at a little house party. Yeah, it was like Linnea's birthday.
Oh, fun.
Last year. In passing.
Nice.
But I saw him at the bar, and it was like this moment of like, you're Johnny's dad.
Yeah,
because
Johnny's dad.
I could see it in like the way they talked, mannerisms, like but they're very different.
Yeah. Can see it.
And Johnny's adamant about that.
Oh, of course.
Right? Yeah. But it's John Rao the Fourth, right?
Love him.
So his dad's name is also John.
John Rao.
Right? And when he came up, I was trying to be, a little more like loud and friendly now that I recognized him.
Yeah.
And he came up and he was like cashing out the last time I saw him, maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks, Johnny! And he turns around and he's like, it's John. And I'm like, look at him and I'm like, you're right. You don't want to be associated with your son. I get it. I cracked a little smile.
Cracked a little grin.
He's a little tough.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Tough customers are my favorites because then you get to.
My gosh.
Once you break them, it's the best feeling.
You know the easiest way to break? I'm finding out really is honestly names/nicknames. It is by far the most consistent, effective. Talk about the audible like ASMR. We talked about that on pregame a little bit. Like this almost a language that is universal.
Yes.
Names.
Yes.
Universal. Doesn't matter your culture. It's like
everyone
there's a
names.
personability. That brings out the humanity. One of those wonders of humanity, right?
Of course.
So also a part of the family.
One of the 4.
Yeah.
It's genuine human connection.
Genuine human connection.
And how do you break through with that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's one of the best ways. In fact, many times, maybe you found this at Dutch too or other places, but you give someone a nickname, and it's not that you forget about them. They just go in the bank, and they sometimes if you only seen them once and it's been a while, right? They go deep in the bank. So the customer reminds you that you gave him this nickname or you said this thing and it brings you back. You're like, oh yeah, I totally remember you.
Absolutely.
This. Yes, and you're on the same page.
Right.
And it's almost like
completely agree.
The nickname, besides the fun of it and besides the human connection, it like plants the seed of if they actually like want that connection, they'll bring that back. It's so rewarding.
Love it, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. Thanks for letting me go on the little tangent.
Dude, of course.
Because next we got... Speaking of nicknames, Lene Lovelady. That's right, baby. Yeah.
Superhero.
Lene Lovelady. She will be on vacation this weekend and next weekend.
Nice.
To Michigan.
Let's go.
Yes, and me and Kendall are hoping to join her and you. I talked about this with you a little bit. Yes. If we can all go next summer.
Year.
All at the same time. Johnny and
I want to shoot for
even
it.
Mikey wants to go. I'm like,
let's go,
that would be sick.
That would be an awesome time.
That would be vacation. It would feel like Cali. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm so down for it. So down.
Speaking of Mikey,
yes,
we got the Sandoval 7 leader himself, the ringleader, baby,
the captain of
the Sandoval 7, along with his first mate, Tayden Sandoval.
Hey,
that's right, baby. Shout out to you guys. We love
Shout out to the both of you.
Thanks for being here, guys.
2 beautiful members of the family,
and as well as featured earlier, in our pop topic.
Oh yeah,
Daddy Mike,
Big Daddy Mike, baby.
Big Daddy Mike.
That's right. It was just Father's Day, and I got him a really nice gift. I got him this booklet. Did I not show you it?
No.
I think I showed Kendall.
Wait.
I think you were.
No, you might have. What is it?
It was a book. There was like it's called something like Dad, I Want to Know Your Story, and it's a bunch of questions.
You did.
Yeah. You get to fill out about his
I'm excited
whole life.
for both you guys on that because that is something I want to do.
I think you should.
When you showed me that.
Yeah, I think you should.
Absolutely.
Birthday or Father's Day, something like that.
Keep me updated, bro.
Absolutely, I will.
And then number 9.
Yes.
The final member. Our most exclusive member so far. Azarel Huncho.
Yes, sir. Big Azzy Huncho.
And it will only be a matter of time before he will inevitably be a part of the Flash Force. Officially.
Oh, my God.
But because you already know he's a part of Josh and I's crew.
Oh, of course. Are you kidding me? He's my literal legal brother.
Yeah.
Actually. So legally, he is my brother.
Dude.
and all his family connected.
Talked about him earlier today.
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He also, I called him this morning too. I was talking to him about the announcements.
Oh,
because he says on his YouTube channel.
That's what I overheard then.
I'm gonna plug. Yes,
I walked by it. I said, "Guess what the podcast is on, bro?" Like crazy.
I gotta plug his YouTube.
Oh, it's please.
Excuse me. It's at AZX Huncho, all one word.
That's right.
Huncho is HUNCHO. So go check out Azzy Huncho. He said he's gonna he's playing through Thousand Year Door on his on his YouTube channel.
Oh, you might have mentioned that last week. Yeah. Regardless, that is so hype.
I gotta show you a really cool video he made of he played it on his old YouTube channel when he was like a little kid. He played the original 64.
No.
Yeah, and he beat it on his thing. So he's like, it's such a beautiful callback of like,
wow,
over the years. So
that's crazy.
I told him about Mario and Luigi, and he was like, dude, I played Partners in Time.
Dude.
Or it was Partners in Time, or it was
Superstar Saga.
Or I think it was Bowser. Might have been Bowser's Inside Story.
You guys are sleeping.
But he played one of them.
Superstar Saga.
I know.
OG.
So yes. So shout out to Azzy, one of our beautiful members, one of many beautiful people.
Excited to have you here, along with a special shout out to the rest of the Flash Force.
That's right, baby.
Big Watch, Brad does all of our music. Told a funny story. Oh, yeah, that was hanging out with Mikey and Johnny last night. I told them a story of when we were kids. When things were a bit ruthless. A beehive story I'll share sometime.
Oh, my goodness.
Literally attacking a beehive intentionally.
What?
How do you think that went?
Probably
spoilers, bad. Someone got stung,
Absolutely.
Right? And
makes sense to me.
There was a story of a garage and a hammer. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. We got to hear these stories.
Yeah, and Reese involved, because this is when we were...
The old days.
The old days, bro. We were always on
the old trio, huh?
We understood. We finally started making, like, allowance, and we would, like, take it and go to Burger King, like, walk over. Yeah.
Love it.
Crazy, bro.
I love it.
And the final member is Demon Hunter Caleb.
You didn't mention Mordori.
Mordori, actually, you're right. It's weird because I have like a template, and I think it glitched in making this episode.
It deleted it.
Yeah, it just it almost looks older. Azzy's on it, but I added Mordori the next episode, so we'll get that fixed in. But Mordori as well. Yeah,
shout out Mordori.
And speaking of Demon Hunter Caleb, though, I do have a write-in, a part of what we call Party Chat.
Party Chat, baby.
Yes, sir. Caleb wrote in this week. Regarding our question. Part of our Q&A.
Yes.
That is over on Spotify, which I actually forgot to mention. So you can also check that out with every episode. You just go to the bottom of every I think I mentioned every one of the episodes in Spotify.
I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Joshy. Guys, so check that out. Caleb responded. Demon Hunter Caleb, as I like to say. The question from last episode 42 was, what's your highlights from all the recent announcements, right? Before even getting onto the direct, right? And he said, definitely new Berserk content, which I'm guessing...
We talked about it last episode.
Okay, yeah.
I'll put it in the news.
You did.
Studio Eclipse.
But I don't remember exactly...
Studio Eclipse released a trailer.
That's right, for the new...
for a brand new Berserk... animated series, which will cover the Black Swordsman arc, and it'll be releasing 2025.
That's hype.
So,
big.
A lot of good stuff in 2025.
So Caleb's on that train. He said, let's hope it does the series justice, because it's been a hot minute since we had anything great.
Agree.
P.S. Sick Joshy makes me sad. I hope you're feeling better, big dog.
Man. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better, man.
It's all because of Caleb.
Thank you, big Caleb. I appreciate
so much. I also... have a little data from a poll here. Fat meme. It's so
What's
funny.
happening?
Every time I close out of the Spotify, wow, and now it's not letting me. All right, you know what's gonna happen?
Oh man.
No, I hope I don't have to pause it. What I'm gonna try doing is just closing my browser and reopening it while it's recording. It looks like it's still going.
Let's go.
I think we're back in biz. All right, I got it pulled up. We're right here.
Go.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Let me pull up then our poll results, I said, does AI scare you or excite you? And I had 3 options here. I had pretty terrified, not going to lie. I had stoked and hopeful. And a mixed bag for sure, which was the only vote that was chosen. It got 3 votes.
3 votes. Everyone's feeling it's a mixed bag.
That's right.
I'm feeling it's a mixed bag too.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's some good that can be done with AI. I really do.
There is, right?
And I really was hammering on it last episode, but the truth is, there is good and cool things that can come from the use of AI programming, you know?
Oh, yeah. Right.
But
it's when it's a substitute for actual, genuine human creativity.
Human creativity and interaction is when I get a little iffy on that idea.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we've talked about it several times on the podcast.
We have.
With the AI, I think it was artificial dissension.
That's right.
Really a follow-up to that was last episode. So if you want to hear our full thoughts, especially Joshy's gets pretty passionate about
pretty in there.
About AI. Check out our last episode.
Got to.
But this episode, we are actually not having any speculation.
Wow.
And it is beautiful. So, Joshy, it is time to finally kick off with our first segment here, my brother, the headlines this week. Do you remember how we are going to start this segment?
Oh, shit.
Of the news flash?
Kinda. You make a song, right? You have a jingle, and then I go... News flash.
Yeah, you had like the and then I had like an echo, and you were like, yeah, the zoom. All right,
yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready too. Let's hit it.
It is time.
What?
Let's plug in.
News flash.
News flash. Beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Evolution every time.
I like that.
Joshy, let's get into all the headlines we have here this week, my man, because we got a lot more than one.
Yes.
Also, I did not pull up the weather. Will you pull up the weather real quick for me?
Got you.
I feel like we can have a little tag team here. So, Joshy, something I
got the weather pulled up.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. What is the current forecast today? The
current forecast for today, the highest it hit was 103, which is actually, it sounds bad, but that's one of the lowest for the week. I'm actually not.
Yeah, if you're in Arizona right now, that is a beautiful thing. It was cooking today. Don't get me wrong.
And then,
but 103 is very different from 113.
Which tomorrow we got 104, and then the day after is 112.
Yeah.
So it's only getting hotter.
I was working outside actually the entire night of Saturday.
Yeah.
And that was the only day I was really forced outside, and there's a blessing and a curse to it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've acclimated to the heat so fast because I'm forced to be outside, right? In a way that Dutch couldn't really because we were being babied.
You were babied.
We had to rotate. We had to wear ice.
And the ice and all that and the hats.
You had no choice.
Yeah. You had no choice, and it was also rotation.
Yes.
So it was like your body couldn't really adjust completely.
You couldn't adapt fully, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I feel blessed with it. I will say, though, that being said, this was the first day I legitimately, for myself, I'm like, all right, I got to be chugging water.
I got to be locked in.
I have to,
getting dehydrated.
Honestly, I can't overdo it, especially on caffeine because it's so hot. I know I'm just going to crash. We made it through. I think it was 111 that day.
Was it?
And the forecast, I think, was 107. So
liars.
Bunch of liars,
bunch of
my
bullshit,
guy.
Man.
Thanks for bringing it up, Joshy. How I kind of wanted to structure our newsflash today was I didn't select a single headliner for the segment. I know.
Let's go.
And I'll give you the main reason really is because we have another headliner-focused episode. And that being the Nintendo Direct this morning,
is so
as
true.
I said. Yeah, so we will be going full detail into that. I do want that to be pretty much the majority of the rest of the episode. But I did, there was a lot of news that really was eye-grabby. And I'll be honest, I only skimmed about half of these.
Okay.
But I thought I would just run down the list.
Run them down.
And some are going to be, some announcements, and I don't know if they're even worth opening the article.
Sure.
Others are, if you want more info, let's bring it up, and I think you will in a couple.
Okay.
But let's start from the top, and we'll just go one-on-one.
Let's get it.
Yeah, cool.
Let's get it.
I won't even tell you how many I got, but
fuck it.
Let's start with the U.S. government sues Adobe over hidden subscription fees and difficulty in canceling.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So I don't personally think we need to dive into that, but like I can open it if you want, but I thought that was just as a headline.
That's a nice headline.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff.
I don't know if anything like that's the U.S. government, is suing. That'd be like them suing Apple for something they're doing that they don't think is cool. Right? Like, interesting.
You know, it's very
I just don't know if it's happened before.
They've done stuff like suing Facebook for not completely making clear to the public certain aspects of data management, but that also feels like a concern of public safety and not really a concern of like just unfair charging. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because I feel like this is not uncommon to have this happen, right? Totally. Like every good service, no matter how big they are, it's like 16 steps to cancel your membership sometimes.
Oh my god.
It's always a blessing if it actually is like it's 2 steps.
You know what's been so shitty that I hate? Barnes & Noble. I was trying to cancel my subscription and I called and they're like, we can't cancel it anywhere. You have to call the number on the back of your gold card. Right? And so, yeah, you have to do that. But also, if everyone remembers, I had a fraud charge and so my old card got canceled. So now I don't have to worry about it, and I'll have... Oh. Yeah, so it'll just naturally cancel.
Do you have a contract, though?
Like what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What I'm thinking of, I guess, is gym membership. Because I know in the fine print of gym memberships, I only know this really because I worked at a front desk at one for a second. Yeah. But it's huge because in the contract you sign... You're literally locked into at least an annual 1 year thing.
I've had it for about 2 years now, so I think if there was a contract,
I hope so.
The renewal
I
like
feel
that.
They would definitely reach out though. That's when you hear from them. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can find us to cancel. Let's move on, Joshy. The next one, I think you were gonna want to dive into. It is titled. By the way, all of these articles are IGN. Okay. Didn't even need to look elsewhere because I already got bombarded with news. But this is titled Next Marvel's Spider-Man 2 Update. Oh, shit. Adds new suits.
Ooh.
And other new features. And it's dropping June 18th.
I think we're going to have to dive into that one.
By the way, that is today.
What the fuck?
That is right. So we have a new update. We don't even really need to go into it, but they did say in a quote, addresses some community feedback.
Okay.
I don't know if you would be familiar with what that feedback would be, or any like updates or changes on.
I don't know what Insomniac would notice. I know a lot of community feedback, but I don't know what Insomniac would classify. It's generalized into stability and improvements. Okay. So, if you play it and you get a feel for something, like, come back and we'll talk about it. Yeah, absolutely. But new suits, I know for me personally, I'm a happy customer with that. I'm a happy guy.
Excuse me. Yes, sir. Okay, we have more of an announcement here. Okay. That Sakurai, the beautiful
Masahiro.
Yes.
Masahiro Sakurai.
Yeah, the Masahiro, father of Smash Bros.
Big Daddy Smash.
Has uploaded his final YouTube video. Yes.
He's quitting YouTube?
I guess. Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
So this made headline news. He apparently it's kind of a somber one, you know. Really? But yeah, he's such a sweet guy, you know, and he's so loved by the community. Yeah. Obviously, you know that from Joshy and I. But it's kind of like a bittersweet. My understanding on skimming the article was kind of a bittersweet end to an era. Oh. So I don't think. He didn't allegedly announce anything new, but I don't think he has to. I don't think he's ever done, right? This guy might say that he's going to retire over and over again, but he's not.
He's like Hayao Miyazaki, you know?
Absolutely.
That dude has said, like, the past 3 movies were his last movie, you know?
Yeah.
And then it isn't.
Yeah.
And then he just gets inspired by something and wants to do something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still praying for Kid Icarus Uprising. I don't even want a sequel.
I would honestly be so much more on board for that than a new Smash.
Oh my god, completely,
you know
dude.
What I mean?
Yes.
Like, we don't need more into Smash or even the Smash community. I'm so satisfied.
Excuse me. You know what I found out about Kid Icarus Uprising? He is the only writer. He wrote the entire.
Shut up.
Swear. He wrote the entire script.
Like, the
script and all the story points and everything.
Impressive. Takahashi didn't
only
even
him.
do that.
Yeah, I know.
He needed help to make it more understandable.
Of course, because he has too many ideas. And my man, if he was left by himself, I think we would all be confused.
Absolutely.
Some people need to come in and say...
Kojima is one of those that writes all of his own stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's those kind of visionaries that just go fucking crazy with that shit.
Crazy. Yeah.
Love it,
Full-fledged, bro.
Love it.
Yeah, thought that would be worth mentioning, of course, for our love for Smash Bros., as everyone knows. An announcement of the original Shovel Knight is getting an enhanced edition in Shovel Knight Shovel of Hope DX.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Do you want more info?
I'm interested, but I think we're a little crunching, right?
I think so too.
We're crunching on some of these, so I'm interested, but we should definitely.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, no, I think definitely worth mentioning. I know for myself, you and Caleb for sure. One of the best shovelware. Yeah, right? Like one of the best indie games.
It ain't no shovelware.
It ain't no shovelware. I'll be honest. It's one of the best of that style. Because with those games, it's not just about it looking pretty. There's plenty of really pretty retro-inspired games out there right now. Like, too many, right?
So many good ones.
It is capturing the feel nostalgically.
Yeah.
How can I, as an adult, playing this brand new game, look at this and I'm not just seeing that it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
When I'm playing it, I'm like, wow, this feels like I played it as a kid, right?
Yeah.
That is a special thing in Shovel Knight. Absolutely nails.
Absolutely. I'm
even just the base game.
Right. I was gonna say I'm curious though because their entire collection of the 4 games is called Treasure Trove. There's Shovel of Hope, Plague of Shadows, Spectre of Torment, and King of Cards.
Yes.
And so the way it sounds like it's only Shovel of Hope.
Just the first one. Right.
Very interesting.
And it might be the first of a project, maybe because the original's so old now.
And it's a classic.
It's a classic.
It really does feel like a classic because it's like, you know what started this all?
Yeah. Well, I'm excited.
And I never finished Spectre of Torment. I never started, or Plague of Shadows, and I never started King of Cards. I never
really
hopped on it, yeah.
Shadow of Torment, crazy.
Shadow of Torment?
Yes.
Oh, Spectre of Torment. Yeah.
You didn't play it?
No, I played a decent amount. I never beat it.
Okay.
I played a decent amount of that. A lot of that one. That one has, I think, my favorite movement of any of them. The way you cut
I'll
through,
even extend, that style of game.
That style of game.
I don't think I've had a more fun movement.
It's
almost
fun.
like if you imagine Castlevania and you're using the whip to be aerobic.
Right.
It's that vibe.
But with an epic slice, that shit is so badass.
Yeah.
I would say one of the toughest parts of Plague of of Shadows is the difficulty of movement, but it's very, very if you lock in, it's really, really rewarding.
Yeah.
But it's just tough to control.
It's unique. I completely agree. It's it almost makes it feel like excuse me. You gave it to me, Betty.
Absolutely.
Classes within that style of game, right? You play Xenoblade, for example, and classes are all
Melia plays completely different than Shulk,
exactly,
and Ryan and Charlotte.
Yeah, so that's what it's
they all
you're
still have
playing,
a value.
Instead of having right, and that's in the game balance. So it's this guy, instead of having a shovel or a sword or a scythe,
instead of being
to do something,
slappy,
he's got magic, and he's not that agile, right? Yeah. But it gives you tools, and it's unique. It's cool.
I like it.
It's very cool. It reminds me of kind of Kirby-esque.
Oh yeah,
almost as if because Nightmare Dreamland was really the only Kirby and 64. Those are the two I went ham on, and we've definitely talked about how you beat Nightmare Dreamland, you play through the entire game again in a mirrored shadow, more difficult way as Meta Knight. But it's the levels. Did you know that
in
Nightmare in Dreamland? Yes.
And this was before Superstar Ultra.
Yes, it was.
I don't think I knew about this. Oh my god, no, I did.
You did, right?
I did know about this.
The world, the background is literally darker, right? But he gets his own little mini... It's almost like a New Game Plus feel because of what it is.
My god.
But it is not because he's not Kirby, right? He gets flying, like a little so different. It's so different, and like it's almost gliding. It's also
more badass.
It's so badass, bro. His sword, it never gets old. It's like, all right, this is actually way fun. That to me, that feeling of playing through that, definitely very, very nostalgic.
Yes,
right,
for sure.
And absolutely love it. So let's the next news headline. I thought of you. Have you seen Watchmen? Are you a fan of Watchmen?
I have a lot of respect for it.
You have a lot of respect for it.
And I know a little bit about the lore, but I never got into it.
Okay.
Like, not of like, no, I never fucked with it, but
no,
for
sure.
I literally haven't.
And I'll be honest, I didn't even, the only real exposure I had to it was, you remember when it like hit theaters? And
the Zack Snyder version?
Right? Yeah. The live action, right?
Yeah.
My friends all talked about it, only really because of the meme of the blue dick, right? Like the blue naked guy.
God, what's his name? Professor... No.
Professor Patrick.
Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick? No, I don't remember. I remember his
Professor
name. But I know the guy with the bullseye, and then he's got the white eyes and the blue skin.
Chiseled. He's basically that guy from Marvel.
Silver Surfer?
No. Like MCU, like God, what's his name? Vision. He's basically Vision, right?
Yes.
Well, the headline, Joshy, is we just got a surprise first look at the upcoming Watchmen animated film.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. By the way, his name was Dr.
Warner
Manhattan.
Brothers. It was
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
He could explode people with his mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's pretty nuts.
It's kind of nuts. It comes from a tweet from Warner Brothers Entertainment. Bless you, my guy.
Thank you.
They said, danger is on the horizon. Watchmen chapters 1 and 2 coming soon.
So it's a show?
It said animated films, so I don't know if that means like long form, like those 45-minute, hour-long episodes, like Last of Us, right? We'll see.
Or like Invincible.
Or like
which have like hour-long episodes,
just like that. Yeah. How's the last season going, by the way?
Of Invincible? Oh my god.
Oh, I was thinking of The Boys.
Yeah. I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, okay.
I want to though.
To wrap?
I maybe they dropped 3 episodes at the beginning, which is enough content to be happy for a little bit. I guess I just I really struggle with week to week. It's hard to keep the train of like remembering what's going on.
It's a lot,
and even more deeper than like I like emotionally connecting to characters, and when I have a whole week break in between each episode, kind of breaks the emotion and breaks the whole, I don't know. No. I don't know. Maybe I'm goofy, but
no, I'm with you.
Plus, it's every Thursday, and they already have 3 episodes out, and usually it's about 8 episodes per season, so I'm not going to be waiting for that long if it wraps up.
No.
So,
dude, there's so much content nowadays that what I feel truly is that unless you need to or you make an event out of it, there's no point really in needing to be caught up because you can't catch up on everything, right?
Agree.
Like, wait for it to drop. It'll be dropped in full before you know it. I don't even care how long it is, right?
I completely agree.
Joshy, the next is exciting for me, certainly.
Yes.
Jackbox finally announces a free mega picker is what they put in quotes, to unify all its games.
No way.
Finally. Whoa. There's like 8, 9 party boxes. Yeah. Right? Party packs. Whatever.
Party packs.
Yeah, I think I have like 4 of them on the Switch.
Yeah.
That's hype.
And who wants to just open up each game individually if it's like, I like Quiplash too, but then, I want to play. Yeah,
dude. Skimming the beginning of the article, they have over 50 party games split amongst several titles.
7, right?
So today in a post, with over 50 games, more and more, you are saying that it takes a lot of effort to switch between the packs to find all the different games you want to play. Enter the Jackbox Mega Picker, a free product exclusive to Steam currently, where you can view your game library, sort and filter the games you love, then quickly launch an evening of fun.
I love it.
I respect that.
I really respect it. I respect making it free, too. You could have done like a best of, what's that one, like WarioWare Gold or
exactly.
Mario.
Yeah, like a mega collection.
Not Superstars.
All-Stars. 3D All-Stars?
No, there was the Golden Mario Party on the 3DS.
Yeah.
Best of Mario Party or something? It was like best 100.
It was top 100.
Top 100 Mario Party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and we'll get into Mario Party in a bit here. Next article is PS5 owners will soon be able to join Discord calls directly from their console.
Let's go.
No phone required. That is big hype.
Huge hype.
Especially with, I feel like, granted, I'm kind of out of the PlayStation wheelhouse just in terms of I play Switch more than anything right now. But I think a big form of appeal that I definitely felt of maybe a little bit of like envy towards the Xbox platform.
Yeah.
When Xbox was starting to push things that weren't gaming related. I mean, PlayStation did that in a good way, but Xbox definitely has always excelled since the 360, really.
Right.
If all those convos we've had on themes, on customizing, on features, Xbox has gone ham on those. So when they got Discord integration like so fast, and then we got it like through an app, and then we got that Nintendo Switch Online through an app.
Yeah, that's not so good.
You know, big respect on partnered like moves like this, right?
I love that.
Yeah, like if Nintendo was to theoretically partner and make themes through a partner, I'd be totally fine with that.
I'd be cool with it too.
Yeah.
Completely
I think there's nothing but a good thing too.
Nothing but a good thing, baby.
Collaboration between the community is not the community, I'm sorry, like the developers and the back end. That's really important.
Completely agree.
Joshy, I have in the next article, PlayStation Plus Games Catalog additions for June 2024 revealed. In addition to what we already got, we got Monster Hunter Rise, PlayStation 4 and 5. I think there's a list of all of them, by the way.
Okay.
So we got Monster Hunter Rise for PlayStation 4 and 5.
Very cool.
Personally, that is huge. Yeah. A full Monster Hunter game.
Yeah.
That, by the way, PlayStation Plus is different from Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
it's different from Switch Online.
It is.
When you get a game and add it to your library, as long as you have PlayStation Plus, you permanently have access to that game. But you have to add it to your library. That is crazy. Honestly.
That's kind of a wild. I've never really liked that, though. It just feels like a pressure kind of put on the idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not really
I see it as smart marketing
because
it's incentive to be
continuously
to continue. Yeah. Also, it's not deleted ever. If
it just doesn't allow you access though. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
but
it's
it
like
holds your data.
Say that you're like you're chilling, right? And you're like, I'll get a subscription when I'm playing again.
Yeah.
I should probably do that right now. Yeah. Just as an example. Right. But when I do, everything is right there waiting for me.
I don't think it'd be as big a deal if I played more PlayStation, but I go months of time between playing my PS5 compared to my Switch.
Same.
You know?
Absolutely. So. I'll be honest, even forget. I usually with these memberships for gaming, I've always just got the annual. One and done. Don't worry about it until the next year.
I agree.
We'll see. We'll see. But the additional games, we got Football Manager 2024 for PS5. We got Crusader Kings 3 for PS5. Yep, 2 games you've never played, probably.
Never heard, never will play.
Exactly. Yep. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game 6. I didn't even know there was 5.
What the fuck?
Yep, there you go. PS4 and PS5. We got After Us for PS5. Anno 1800 for PS5, Police Simulator Patrol Officers for PS4 and PS5, Far Cry 4 for PS4, that's big, and this is where I'm in, Lego Hobbit and Lego The Incredibles, both PS4.
Very cool.
By the way, all those titles are playable on PS5 as well. So
I like that.
That's big hype.
Very good.
We got PlayStation. Okay, you know what? Other BS in the article. Let's go to the next.
Yes.
Also in the wheelhouse of PlayStation. The next article is Astro Bot. Get a free post-launch DLC.
No.
Just announced.
Why?
Bro, they're just giving you more.
Sweet.
Mostly challenge levels, but maybe some surprises in
I
quotes.
beat all the challenge speedrun levels in the original, the one that was free.
This update's for you.
I love those too because the controls are so fun that it incentivizes pushing, and this is why I love Mario Odyssey and Mario 64, the speed and the timing. It makes you push what you can do with Astrobot himself as the character to its max. And I literally was getting shit where it was like, there's platforms, and I literally would like be like, oh, I need to shave off some time. I'm gonna skip this platform completely, see what works, avoid this completely, see if I can make this jump. If I miss it, I'll restart. But the worst comes to worst, I miss it, and best comes to best, I've shaved 2 seconds off. That kind of stuff is so exciting to me. I love that kind of stuff.
I love that absolutely, especially so built-in speedrun type shit like that actually is thought out and good.
I love and they had it for it was like every single level.
Dude, hype,
really good.
Next article thought might interest you. I don't know if you heard this. Suicide Squad Isekai.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Release date revealed.
I actually reported this.
Max and Hulu.
I reported this.
You did? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It sounded really familiar. So we got a date of June 27th.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm not an Isekai fan, so I probably won't watch it.
What's Isekai again?
Isekai would be something like reincarnated as a slime shield hero.
Yes, okay.
Those kind of stories where it's a person from the real world being sucked into a video game or a fantasy story or something, and they're dropped into the game, into the story. To be honest, I kind of have a similar feeling to the way I explained character creators. I just think it's a lazy way of writing because exposition can be dropped onto in any way. Instead of having smart writing, it's a huge pass. And then you have like the
Amnesia.
whole...
It's just a pass.
It's just so... Yeah, exactly. It's just like Amnesia. It's like... It's such a cop-out writing, and it's a style, and I get it. And I know some people really like it because it's like... You look at yourself as the self-insert character, but most of the time I'm just not interested in a story that has to be like that. And also, what are the stakes of an isekai? It's like this fake world
You'll die if you don't survive the world. But like, it's the same stake.
Why would I want to do that? Like what is the interest in there? I'm not even trying to hate on isekai.
No.
It's just not my cup of tea.
Understand?
Yeah. You never seen like an anime like that, Shield Hero or ReZero is the most popular one.
I've heard of ReZero.
Yeah. ReZero is the most popular, and I've heard it's really good. Dorian actually even watched it, and he said he really liked it. But I just don't think it's my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Nothing's coming right now. But
there's a lot.
I've probably played some JRPGs like that, to be honest.
So what it sounds like is that Suicide Squad is going to be a comic book in that anime, and there's going to be a main character who's sucked in and becomes... I don't know, one of the Suicide Squad members, and then it's also just cheap humor because it's like fish out of water. It's like, oh my gosh, he doesn't know anything about this world. Oh my gosh, everyone's gonna be laughing at him. He's gonna be scared at first, and then he's gonna become badass.
You're actually kind of describing for me like Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Because you're Sora. Yeah. You're dropped into a part of the mid story and lore. In each unique world,
but there's a lore reason behind that, right? Beyond just like you're going into like
there's a grand overarching lore, but to say that they intersect for a grander reason, it's small scale. It's like the Disney princesses.
I'm cool with giving that a pass because Sora is an actual character and not just a guy. And I am also. I know this sounds so silly, but I just don't fuck with games or movies or anime, especially where it's like the nerdy otaku gets put into a world and then he's a super badass. It feels like fan fiction. Yeah, I'm literally watching. I'm like, this is
like
not
a reflection of like proving yourself.
Yeah,
you could say, maybe?
Yeah, and then I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Like, this is like, it's like someone writing a story about how cool and epic they're going to be. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm good, man.
I'm good.
You know?
Yeah. So I'm with you.
Anyway, not trying to hate, but.
No, well, this next piece, I don't know if you saw. Yes. Another Akira Toriyama tribute, okay?
Oh, yeah.
My Adventures with Superman comic.
Yeah, I did see this.
Pays tribute to Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
With a special cover.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else. So
apparently, in remembrance, this is like a variant cover for its upcoming issue that's not out yet.
Oh, okay. So My Adventures with Superman, I thought that was a show. No.
I think it is, but is it based on a comic then? I'm guessing.
I guess it must be. It's very anime inspired. The show is.
Okay.
And Supergirl just showed it. They're having like a season 2 right now, and Supergirl just showed up, and she's wearing exactly what Android 18 in the original. Let me see that. Oh, I think that's just art for the... Can I click on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the show. I don't think it's a comic. I think it's just the
art piece.
Art piece,
Okay.
like an art piece release. You know how they'll do that for video games or shows that are coming out.
Well, that's cool.
I love me some Akira Toriyama love, so that's some good stuff.
I'm with it. All right. Joshi, the final two pieces of news is PlayStation Portal update will make handheld mode more compatible with public Wi-Fi networks.
Oh, very cool.
A firmware update coming June 19th, which is tomorrow. Actually, technically today, because it just passed midnight.
I'm loving it.
Apparently this is coming from the PlayStation blog, and it's been pretty thought out. Actually, I got a quote here, which is, while we recommend PS Portal to be used in your home as you have control over the quality of the Wi-Fi, it can also be used outside of the home in places where a fast and stable Wi-Fi connection is available. And we've seen many players take advantage of this.
Very cool.
I think it's nothing but great.
Love it.
Especially, I'll be honest, we can almost just take a good sign from developers of any kind, software or hardware, that if they're updating things post-launch,
it's not a dead piece of
exactly.
tech.
It's having support.
I hate when a piece of tech comes out and it just feels dead.
To be honest, in today's era, no piece of tech, hardware or software, should come out without updates.
Some kind of firmware.
If it doesn't get an update, that's a big red flag.
Agree completely.
Right? Yeah. Like, there should be no excuse.
It really should not. Yeah,
no.
Really
because we just have the tech. So really what it communicates is you're not reinvesting. And basically you're selling an expensive product, selling it this way, and if there's an outcry, right, you ignore that, dude, that's like such a slap in the face. These people who actually trusted in you and spent your money to back up your product or your new thing that you're trying to sell, and you are just like, we'll reiterate in something new for more money. That doesn't feel great.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Something to add?
I was just going to say, I mean, it really doesn't matter, but my interest in PlayStation Portal is only going up because Astrobot, as of now, is one of my most anticipated games.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my other most anticipated games is also going to be dropping on the PS5. And so my yearn to want to get one of those so that I can lay in my bed and play Astrobot. And hopefully GTA 6, of course, is only growing. Because that controller is one of my favorite controllers out there right now. It's just, especially if they go ham. I'm so sorry. If they go ham on the the controller feel, like they did with Astrobot, holy shit. It's going to be peak.
It's going to be peak. I think Astrobot would be one of those games that it's actually made for,
That's what I'm thinking. This excites me because it's like you're still caring about it. You're not just releasing it and then it's out there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Love that. And maybe even them thinking about big games like Astrobot coming out. You know what I mean? I love it.
I'm with it because I feel like that's what we're gonna dive into with Nintendo. Unless you, my guy, is kind of like how kind of a new direction they're taking is doubling down on these things that the fans actually want. So the last announcement, Joshie, I got here for you is hype. Uncharted 2 movie officially in development at Sony.
Please tell me there's no Tom Holland involved.
Oh, it looks like the entire project is being fronted,
directed,
by Tom Holland.
written.
Yes, sir.
Videography by Tom Holland. Fuck. No, I like the idea that I don't.
I think they are confirming in here though Tom Holland and what's his name? Mark Wahlberg continuing as Nathan Drake and Sully.
I'm probably gonna skip it then. Sorry guys, I'm not a fan of that casting. Yeah. It feels like exactly what I was worried Doom was gonna be. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it's like you get Timothy Chalamet.
I think we literally talked about that, right? And that's to be honest, I haven't heard a ton about the Uncharted movie from you or really anybody. Like, it's just not really. Yeah, right.
It's not my piece of Uncharted. It's. I can respect if people enjoyed it. If people like action movies, I love them. But if I'm gonna sit down and watch something action, I'm just gonna play Uncharted 4. I'm not even kidding. I literally would rather do that. Nolan North puts in a much better performance a charismatic performance. He's Nathan Drake. He is literally Nathan Drake
as a human being.
Literally.
Yeah, it's so much to respect there. So it's kind of like truly, like in a way you can't say the same about. Can't remember Troy Baker. Being
Sam.
No, different series. I was gonna jump to like The Last of Us, right? Yeah, and Joel. And don't get me wrong, like his performance
I think that's
of Joel
his
is
best performance.
It is absolutely. In fact, he plays the best. But to say, I mean, kind of what I'm getting at is after watching the show, I can't remember the actor who plays
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, he plays Joel exceptionally well.
Yeah,
my opinion. And it's almost two different Joels, same Joel, right? And you can't look at them in a comparison way because they both just nail it. Yeah. But that's not to say about like just some people who really are the character. And I'm with you that like I think that is to say about Nolan North.
I mean,
right?
it's just
he is Nathan Drake. Man. It can't be replaced.
When
it's what a lot of people say about David Hayter.
David Hayter?
With Snake.
Snake.
Yeah,
David Hayter.
Right.
That voice kept you waiting. Huh?
Yeah. Oh,
that is solid Snake. And if you tried to like do another like performance, it would either have to be an impression of David Hayter or it'd have to be David Hayter.
And you've heard me and what I've talked about with Sephiroth in the remake.
Yeah.
I love Sephiroth as a character in the remake. Yeah. But the voice. Yeah. It's not Sephiroth.
Completely agree.
Right. It's
completely agree.
You can't. So Joshy.
Yes.
We have hit our climax.
Let's go.
Our peak.
Peak.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Peak.
Period.
Sure.
Our peak of the podcast today.
Yes.
But it will be interrupted for our round 2
let's go.
Of Flash Ultimate right now, baby. Let's get into it.
Let's get it going, man. Let's get it going.
Joshy, we have wrapped our Flash Ultimate round 2.
Yes, we did.
Which you were the winner.
Oh, yeah.
One of your favorites. Even if not... What'd you call it? You had a name for it.
I call him the worst generation.
The worst.
And the people in that list are Inkling, Alf, Pikachu, Ike, and probably Bowser I'd put in them.
Oh.
Because it's like, I'm good with them, and I usually get wins off, but it's like, I'm not good enough to put them in my mains. You know what I mean?
Excuse me. Yeah, I hear you. Honestly...
So they're like up-and-comers is my idea, is that they're the next generation of...
The next generation.
Yeah.
But they're the worst generation.
They're the worst generation. It's from One Piece, Luffy, and all the newcomers to the whole world.
Okay.
Because Luffy sets sail, and he's causing a ruckus, obviously, but he's not the only one. The world is so big. There's Trafalgar Law, Eustace Kid, a bunch of other characters that are literally like captains of their own crews that are causing just as much ruckus as Luffy, and the idea is all of them are the true rivals to Luffy because they're the other ones that are on their way to become the Pirate King.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
So fun
they're
stuff.
The worst generation. I got you.
They are.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Joshy,
yes. So I got
our
Pikachu.
Main topic today, yes.
Took one.
You're taking a dub for that. If that wasn't obvious, 3 stocked me first round. By the way,
but
I got Samus.
The third round was kind of not fair. You ended up killing yourself because you didn't jump.
But I'll be honest, I was really proud of the comeback in game 2.
It was so
because it was almost just a 2-game sweep.
I think I was.
You were up a life.
I think I was 2 stocks at the beginning.
Okay.
Was
1 or 2.
One,
but you were always up at least 1 stock.
Yeah.
So coming back and then honestly getting to the last life.
Game.
Yeah, on game 3, which also underrated stage.
Yeah.
I'll say. The Goddess Tower, right? Isn't that what it is?
It's the Great Plateau.
Excuse me. Yes, that's exactly it. The Great Plateau.
Yeah.
I didn't like... I liked the breakable, normal version of the stage more, right? Because I didn't like this like sense of like a permanent ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I have a lot of appreciation for it now because honestly, it still has great offstage and it has tech.
So much good tech. I love
the design of that stage is pretty peak for a competitive sized stage.
I love it. It's a competitive sized stage. There's off stage, and then there's also just an entire like different vibe of like that middle piece.
Yes,
is like if you can hold that down,
King of the Hill.
Yeah, King of the Hill kind of.
Yeah.
So
King of the Plateau.
King of Hyrule.
King of Hyrule.
Yeah.
No, I also there's certain things that Dusty and I have had many conversations about.
Yeah.
Real quick on really kind of like the more hyper competitive side of Smash, right? The things you don't see and think about when you're just playing the game very casually.
Right, casual.
How we've all come, right?
Of course.
That is blast zone sizing. Okay, this idea. There's not really a name for it. I don't know, but like each of the stages. Like, remember I said I prefer Pokemon Stadium 2.
Right.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the size of the stage. Bless you, my man. Why I like it is because the platforms are more like evenly spread and they're wider on the side. The stage is a little bigger, and the blast zones are a little bigger. So it's not like, WarioWare. The reason it's decisive is because the blast zones are literally right there.
Right.
So you hit someone off with Ganondorf, you could get a kill in 2 hits.
Right.
Genuinely.
Absolutely.
Right? It's just because the blast zones are so fucking small, right? So going back to a Great Plateau, it's so the bottom blast zone is deep.
Deep as a
the
mug.
Ceiling is high.
Higher than
so it almost promotes a different level of gameplay.
Of like a different style of how you would play the game.
Exactly. In fact, that would be an example, I think, where Dark Pit is so much better than Pit because Side B, think about it.
The
side blast zone is the most shallow part of the stage.
I think Dark Pit's amazing in that because his forward throw too is literally a horizontal
it's
kill
perfect
throw
for that stage.
So it's literally perfect.
Yes. As opposed to Pit,
which
probably
would send
arguably
you up
better on Final Destination or Battlefield.
Possibly,
because the side blast zones are about just the same, but Pit can consistently kill regardless of location if you go straight up.
Agree.
Right?
Agree.
As an example. So, Joshy,
we love
let's
it.
jump to the main topic, my man. Now that we are amped up.
Yes, sir.
Got some gas in our tanks.
Gassed up.
This is basically what we've been waiting for, my guy. This is the drop
big stuff
of the Nintendo Direct. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, maybe. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago we did predictions, right?
Yes, we did.
Which unfortunately, most of those predictions did not come true.
No,
and that's okay because we also prefaced, we were told directly this would not have any Switch 2 news.
That's okay.
Turns out that was true, despite some of the leaks and rumors.
That's right.
Right? But a lot of what kind of hope, right? Even if, I don't know if you go into these directs now, but because I think of falling off of the Smash hype train, I don't really have expectations.
Sure.
I have hope. Yeah. But I kind of don't go in with expectations so that I am amazed. And I would say, before even getting into the list, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty freaking impressed with Nintendo, man.
Yeah.
Some of the leaks did come true.
Yeah.
Right? As
Mario Party
we
was
discussed,
a big one.
The Mario Party. And in a way I didn't expect either, right?
Really? Seriously. I'm the same way, especially with Mario Party.
Mario Party and Mario and Luigi.
That was the biggest shocker for me. I was taking the most... even something as simple as we can get into it. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it, but we literally brought up Alpha Dream. On that
we literally said
episode.
The likelihood of that happening
very
is
low.
So
it was a
low.
part of the rumors.
And guess what?
It's real.
It's real.
Man.
It's real.
And Nintendo is doing some crazy things.
We have Thousand Year Door and a new Mario RPGs are thriving right now. Remake of Mario RPG. A brand new Switch fucking exclusive Mario and Luigi game.
Yes.
Brand new. And Thousand Year Door, the best Paper Mario.
By the way, this all was within 1 year.
1 year.
1
year. And this is coming out. It's coming out this year, right?
June, dude. Right? Yes, I actually have the release dates of everything here. So
let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So this is this whole article. I basically handpicked a summary article from IGN of everything. Okay. So. This is from the Direct this morning. I'm just going to go through, I think, the list of announcements here, Josh.
I like it.
Game by game, so we can really just dive in.
Are we talking about everything? Or just
to be honest with you, straight up, it's a long list, right? So, how I kind of have...
We're talking OG retro recap type long.
Pretty much. Yes, exactly that.
30
how
plus.
How I have it broken down is the article is tucked away in case I need to access it, but... it pretty much is in order of kind of first party down to indie. Right?
Okay.
So I think the most important things to talk about between us is the focus is going to be on the first party stuff.
Agree.
I have stuff typed out for the big games.
Yeah. Okay.
Then let's go down and the things that I felt like I had something to say.
Yeah.
I kind of like.
I got some stuff to say too.
Yeah, and I bet you do. Like, especially because you're more in the wheelhouse of Steam and other games that I probably haven't heard of or am not familiar with, and that's kind of our duality, right?
Yeah, man.
So let's go down the list.
Keep it going.
Really, the organization of the list is key.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm so with it.
Let's start. With probably the biggest,
the big one
for most, I would say.
Agree.
The announcement of their new project on the Legend of Zelda, which is titled The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. My man, this is a brand new top-down adventure as Zelda. Which was a leak. My guy, that
was it really?
Was Zelda was going to be a main character in a top-down 2D game.
Oh my god!
What is really crazy, and I didn't see this coming, is it has the exact same art style as the remake of Link's Awakening.
Wow! Yeah.
Did you see that?
Of course. Did you watch the trailer?
I did not watch this trailer yet. Yeah, I'm excited, but I saw screenshots, and I have the tidbit here. So. First of all, release date is September 26th.
Yes.
Big hype, right? Not even holiday release. It's kind of just at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the tidbit of info is Link and others from Hyrule have gone missing after strange rifts have started appearing. Zelda will work with the mysterious fairy, which, bless you, I love that they brought back a fairy.
Love fairies.
Because a fairy, Link always has like a companion, but fairies is kind of old school Zelda.
OGs.
It is. Like in Ocarina, right? As I've said is like my comparison here.
Navi.
We have a fairy, and it's Tri.
Yeah. Try.
Interesting. All right. Cute. Or tree, but it's spelled try.
Like try.
We'll say try. All right.
Like try.
To use the power of, quote, power of the tri-rod to create echoes, which are imitations of things found in the environment, end quote. This means you can make, for example, bridges out of old beds, water blocks to reach new heights, etc., etc. They also showed, I don't know if you saw this, because it was at the end of the trailer, a limited edition gold-colored Switch Lite with a Hylian crest that's launching with the game. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be honest.
I don't know about that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
So, will you pull it up, right please? Now? Because you and I, when we started hanging out on that 3DS day, right? We were talking about. I told you one of my favorite custom consoles Nintendo's come out with was the 3DS XL, the original, the Link Between Worlds edition, and how much detail was in that. Also, the Majora's Mask 3DS was beautiful as well. Yeah. And obviously, I've got the Tears of the Kingdom Switch.
Look at this guy.
That's nice. Dude, nice. This is stellar. All right, now I'm looking at it right in front of me.
Liking that.
To be honest with you,
bringing me back to the 3DS too.
I love how simple it is.
I know.
So an illustration for y'all. It's like the OG. Wow, this is kind of exactly what that 3DS XL color scheme
That's
had.
Literally
so
what I'm saying.
It's the gold,
black,
and it's a matte finish, as it in a picture I'm seeing here, and it's got black buttons, not gray buttons,
and sticks. Yes,
like black buttons and sticks, and L and R. Everything else it's a golden black accent. And it just has the really artistic. It's actually a unique print. It's like Triforces as a wallpaper.
Let me see.
You see this? Let's pull this up. Look, it's like mini Triforces within the Hylian crest.
The Hylian crest.
That is sick, and that's all that's on the back.
I love it. By the way,
I love it.
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
I might get it.
I also just love that little Triforce little.
I do love.
I love those tiny little details. That's the kind of stuff I live for.
Imagine if they made that OLED.
Look at that. No, that's nice. These kind of things work best, I think, with the light. Because it's all one accent. There's no break in the system. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, there's
not that the
Switch
just don't look good when they're, like Switch OLEDs.
But let's be real here. Even with the back print that I don't personally really see, right? All I'm really looking at is these two Joy-Cons, but this is the bezel. Bless you, my man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Joshy, anything you want to say on then you watching the trailer? What's your feelings here?
So first off, love that top-down Zelda is not dead. That is the number one thing we are
because truly that
embracing.
Is the OG
yes,
Zelda.
We are embracing the two forms that Zelda can take, which has been fucked since Breath of the Wild and the Switch was announced, because we are hybriding. We are bringing together the portable console and the home console with the Switch. This is not new. It's a 7-year-old console. We've known this for a while.
Yes.
Link's Awakening, though, is a remake and has a distinct style and all this. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, you know what? We remade what once was a top-down Zelda.
Yes.
But we haven't had any kind of new game to come out with it.
Exactly.
This is confirmation that we are going to have 2 lines of Zelda that will be coming out, We have our top-down and our 3D Zelda, the future of 3D Zelda we don't know so well, but at the same time we know it's not going anywhere. There's going to be 2 types of Zelda coming, and that's just really exciting to me personally.
I'm with you. What's your thoughts on Zelda being the main character?
Love it. I love that. I have no issues with those ideas at all. I also just love the name. I love Zelda titles, names. I feel like they rarely miss.
I completely agree.
If not ever. I can't think of a bad. I mean, like...
Even the games that don't care for it that much.
Yeah.
Like
Oracle of Seasons and
those names are hard.
Those are
as
tough.
Hell. Oracle
Absolutely.
of Seasons, Oracle of Ages.
Oracle of Ages.
And then what's the Spirit Tracks?
Spirit Tracks.
That's a dope title.
Phantom Hourglass.
Yes.
Wind Waker. Twilight Princess.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, that's heat. Skyward Sword.
Link's Awakening.
Breath of the Wild.
The
Tears of the
Link
Kingdom.
Between Worlds.
Come on, that is
they all hit.
And so this one,
Majora's Mask.
Echoes of Wisdom, which is so perfect because it's the Zelda game with Zelda.
Exactly.
Right.
And what Triforce does she have?
She's the Triforce of Wisdom. Exactly. Echoes of Wisdom is perfect, and I love that there's no sword. It's like a staff, which it looks like she's going to be wielding.
Right. Because obviously they got to make it unique to...
Cool.
It's not Link, right? It's a character.
No.
That's obviously the... What was the article? It said the Tri-Rod.
Tri-Rod, that's right. So very cool. I like that a lot. I do have an issue.
Okay.
Which is the art style. I've made this pretty clear. I think the Link's Awakening art style is cute at best and irritatingly boring at worst. I'm not kidding. Very, very bland.
I hear you.
It's a toy aesthetic for a story as epic as Zelda is frustrating, to say the least. And to be honest, it's also weird that they had those beautiful anime cutscenes in Link's Awakening.
You're right.
And then the rest of the game is like that. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing. It's the same style.
It's the same engine for sure.
It's absolutely, and you know what? Maybe they were able to piggyback off of the idea of that idea. But
that's what I'm thinking, absolutely.
But when I think of a beautiful 3D top-down Zelda, I think Link Between Worlds.
I agree.
Love that style. The idea of like even Chibi Link, he looks so good. It's not exactly Toon Link. It's like its own style of
Which
Link.
I'll be honest, that is my favorite.
That's your favorite top-down style?
Yes, like the style of Spirit Tracks, the style of Phantom Hourglass.
Yes.
That style, or even an older version, the pixel art, which was with the Picori.
Yeah, it's
Minish Cap.
Minish Cap. Why the fuck could I remember?
Yeah, me neither. But
the second game in the timeline. Don't forget that.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But the style of Toon Link, which that is a style, it's literally in Smash.
Same thing with Four Swords too. It's,
so this is a different aesthetic. I think where my headspace is at is I completely agree.
Yeah.
However, I'm giving it hope in 2 aspects. One is that it's a Zelda game, like as in this isn't a Link game, okay?
Yes.
And 2 is that we only had the comparison of the original Link's Awakening, and so it felt truly like an artistic stylized remake, right? It felt like what it was supposed to. But I remember having the same feeling, even though I haven't played it in years. I played it when it first came out, right? It's like before I met you, like 3, 4. No, it had to be like 4 or 5 years ago.
I was living with my ex at the time.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, it was a minute ago.
I remember having the feeling of I hope the top down doesn't copy this style forever, right? However, what I have also learned from Nintendo and Zelda specifically is they have an ability to surpass my expectations, right? So if you, even with Tears of the Kingdom, if you would have told me they're making this new game, it's on the same engine, and it's like, damn, it's on the same engine. Like, what more? Like, there's gonna feel too samey in a way.
What can you do with it?
You have told me, as with every review I've read, they exceeded expectations. Yeah. They did it. Just
for which one?
For Tears of the Kingdom. Yes. To Breath of the Wild.
Absolutely.
Right? If anything, it was almost like a little fear, right?
Yeah. A concern.
So even though I'm not super particular in this style, because I will say, the engine of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that is how Link should look forever. That is peak. I love the art style, the cell shaded with a mature look.
Beautiful.
But I am curious to see. I hope it's not permanent. Yes. I'll say that much.
I
right?
know for a fact.
But I know for a fact. I'm with you. But I am excited to see how exactly they use that style with this whole new concept of a game.
Even fit
and I think they could do a good job.
Yeah, I'm thinking, where does this fit into the timeline? I'm a Zelda timeline guy.
Oh
yeah. About the lore. So I'm like, is this a sequel? Because the interesting thing about Link's Awakening is that Link is
not real.
No, he is real.
He is?
Yeah, he's the same Link from Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, and is in he's in a lot of games.
Oh, yes. I guess I meant like what takes place.
Well, yeah. That's kind of that's just the plot, I'd say, of Link's Awakening. But that Link is a Link that shows up in other games, so I'm curious if this will be another continuation on that said Link. I guess I just say that it would be wrong of me to not voice my disappointment, because I will say I am disappointed, just because of the fact that Zelda is an opportunity for extremely creative and beautiful artwork. And this is just not that. I'm going to be honest, it's not beautiful. It looks like a iPhone game. It looks like an app. I think Ocean Horn, that shitty iPhone game, looks better than this. And I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just saying that
you're being,
you look at this and
real.
And it's
I respect.
It's really not anything. It's bland. It's boring. If anything, it's taking me to those Diamond and Pearl remakes where I'm like, this does not look creative. It's Zelda.
It's Zelda.
Every single game has a distinct style, and to have two games with this very, I'm not gonna say heartless, but just a very
no heart,
basic, bland style is disappointing. The thing that I will say though, the ideas behind it are what is going to carry it. But I'm going to be honest, the disappointment I feel already is enough for me to want to wait for reviews. I'm not going to go out and buy this immediately to figure it out myself. I really want to see if it has something to it before I invest. And I never really say that for a Zelda game, to be honest with you. When Link's Awakening, the remake came out, I bought it. I bought it straight up. I wanted to make my own opinion on it. So I guess I'll just say that I am eager for it, but at the same time, my disappointment is still there.
Okay.
And there's a little bit there.
That is very fair. Let us know.
Yes.
Write us in if
if you guys have any ideas or feel some strong way about it. Excited, disappointed, we want to hear it all. Exactly. So let's keep going down the list, yeah?
The next one is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. As in, what was it? Star Trek Beyond.
Star Trek Beyond. Wow, okay, yeah.
Honestly,
I can get behind that.
This was in the leaks. It's also been in the leaks for years. Because this, as we mentioned, that a couple episodes ago in the speculation.
Was it 2017 that was originally
2017,
revealed?
It was revealed with zero footage.
Yeah.
Just a literal splash screen.
Literally a picture.
Metroid Prime 4. And we haven't heard jack shit since.
Nothing.
We've only heard,
all we heard was
under
the
table that it wasn't Retro who started it. Which, that was a red flag from the beginning. Very similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake, by the way.
Really?
Because they announced CyberConnect 2 is going to be
I'd call it, what do they call it? Development hell, right?
Development hell. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, It was announced in a publication that they completely restarted production with Retro Studios, which is the original developers of Metroid Prime 1 through 3. So, needless to say, we just got off watching the trailer. Right. What's your thoughts here, man?
So I will say, first things first, I think this game looks epic. I love the kind of dark nature to it. I don't know if you've even
it's very
noticed.
Different Nintendo-esque,
right? I mean, it follows Metroid Prime, but even the colors of Samus are a little bit muted. Her design looks like almost like this epic.
I agree.
Like, look at the design on that. It's just like, it's taking what works with the suit and just expanding on it, which is one of my favorite things about Metroid in general, is the amount of suits. It's almost like that Tony Stark thing where it's like every time you see every Iron Man suit, there's something different.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous.
It's the Various suit, right?
Looks, what is it?
I think it's the Various suit.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's the name of that. Because the Samus in Metroid Prime that's her exclusive suit, okay?
Yes.
I don't know how it falls in lore-wise, but I do know that each Metroid game, it's a unique suit. So, like, have you seen, like, the Metroid from Zero Mission?
Yeah, Zero Mission.
She's got, like, the flat.
It's a very,
and you actually start that way in the original Metroid
Super Metroid is very different looking.
And obviously Metroid Fusion.
Metroid Fusion as well.
Badass suit.
Oh, even that, doesn't she have, like, a white one in that new,
That's in, Echoes. Yeah, Metroid Prime
Echoes.
2.
What?
So there's a white suit. It's called
what's the new one? The Metroid.
Corruption?
No, that side scroller came out.
Oh yeah, that was Metroid Dread.
Dread.
Yes.
Didn't you have a white suit? No.
I don't know. I haven't seen any of the suits in that game. But if you know Metroid games, suits is a huge part of it.
Oh yeah, it's like this
unique.
Dude,
let me see.
Like blue white suit.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Epic,
yeah, the default suit.
Love
it's
that
sick.
Suit.
So, I'm with you. Have you seen like the suits that you get in Metroid Prime 1 and 2?
Not too much, no.
Man,
I haven't really touched those games since I've become an adult. I love this though. I love the muted, like really dark. There are Nintendo series that deserve to be dark, and Metroid is one of them, no question. Like, if you showed me that...
This is the suit you unlock at the end of Metroid Prime 1.
That is so fucking badass.
So, check this out. There is a substance in this world that is poisonous to touch. Like, it zaps your life. If you're in it, it acts like lava, okay? The material is called Phazon. Phazon is the substance that fuses... who creates the Phazon is Metroid Prime. So Metroid Prime being this Phazon, it's
something it creates.
Yeah, and
kind of like a Dune with the dust or spice. That's what it's called.
Spice,
right?
yeah.
Where the sandworms kind of make it.
So Metroid Prime is a fusion of the psyche of Samus and the physiology of the suit.
Right.
She takes a copy of it using her Phazon. Right. So. The second to last mission before you get to face off against Ridley and then Metroid Prime, Meta Ridley, by the way, which is a badass fucking fight. He is huge, by the way. I see the merit that people have of he can't be in here.
He's a big ass boss.
He is a big ass boss. He's a dragon, bro.
Down.
Yeah, Smash, not realistic.
He's not that size.
Samus fuses with Phazon from a boss of this big Phazon golem thing.
Yeah.
You fight it and you unlock this Phazon suit so she can walk in Phazon unfazed.
There you go. Unphazon.
Badass suit.
Seriously, so sick.
It keeps, though, the same aesthetic. It's just a kind of a recolor.
Yeah. Like
other than the gun. Look at the gun.
Yeah,
so the gun is infused with Phazon.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough as fuck.
Tough.
So I'm always about those suits. I'm always about the style. Like I said, I think Samus Aran is one of the coolest, most badass female protagonists of it. That is fucking so tough.
I'm showing him the dark suit from Metroid. I thought you were talking about Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah.
So because it's a dark world and a light world, they have a dark world and light world theme. So obviously, Samus fully ascends.
Isn't there a color based on that for Samus?
Smashy.
Yeah,
the full white. Yeah, but it's got this. It almost is like a, again, Dune. It almost looks like this futuristic looking alien.
I'm
thing.
loving it.
Yeah, it's sick.
So getting back to Metroid Prime 4, I wanted to say about that sneak to that, like, villain-type character we see at the end.
Who's almost looking like a bounty hunter.
Looks like a bounty hunter, but has control over Metroid, question mark?
That is very interesting.
That's crazy.
Right.
Because, if I'm not mistaken, Metroids are not, like, something you can control or manipulate. They have minds that are connected to, like, the mother Metroid, right?
Yes.
And they're not like something you can mess with, right?
Yeah,
they're kind of like their own creatures.
They think independently, but they are instinctive.
They are
right?
instinctive.
The brain connects them. My understanding is the brain connects them to mother brain.
Right.
And the Metroids, the instinct is that they feed on live organic, especially humanoids. So they suck to your brain, right, and suck the life out of you.
All your life out.
Yeah, so
such a sick idea.
Could be Metroid Prime. Could be some new character.
Could be something new.
No idea. I also didn't beat Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, so I don't know where the story leaves off. Yeah. But I do know that game introduces, lore-wise, a bunch of new bounty hunters.
Yes.
Right.
I love it. I think honestly it was everything I wanted to see. I honestly want to see more. That part at the end that shows like that beautiful world.
Yes.
Just is so exciting.
Tree.
Yeah, with that huge tree.
Yeah.
So exciting.
So exciting.
The idea of going to different planets. I love all that. I love Nintendo IPs like Metroid, where they're not traditional, but they are very distinct and they have their own style and their own vibe. And I'm just so glad that we are in a time where we are getting a side-scrolling Metroid, huge AAA game. And then in a couple years, we're getting Metroid Prime 4.
We got a release window of 2025.
2025, that's right. I meant a couple years from when Dread came out.
But yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Which is hype. It's another huge game I'm excited for.
I feel like a bunch of companies or big IPs are doing this, right? Like Mario's doing it. We got Mario Wonder and then 3D games. Yeah. We just talked about the new Zelda game, but we already know that's not the new mainline Legend of Zelda, right? Yeah. We have Pokemon. And then we also have, I'm playing Pokemon Sleep, but we also have the Legends game coming out. Right? Yeah. So all these IPs are having these two lines. Yeah, even Persona's doing it with like the Persona Tactica, right? Crazy.
I'm a huge fan. I'd say, with Nintendo solidifying this idea that because the Switch exists, we're not getting rid of this idea of what once was seen as those mobile 3DS games, which normally Mario Wonder would be one of those games on like that, on like a 3DS or something like that. It's not like that anymore. No. We have big games, we have little games. Right. IPs are alive and kicking. Pikmin 4 killed it. Yes. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. We're dealing with Wonder. We have. I'm still banking on a new 3D Mario. I know that's still alive and well after the success of Odyssey. It has to be.
No question.
So. Just exciting. Yeah. Seriously exciting. I love Metroid and I can't wait.
I want to say one more thing from my takeaway was the true to form nature, almost shockingly, of the original play style of Metroid Prime, right? Obviously, it seemed like it has dual stick support, which that's been new because if you actually play this on the GameCube, I don't know if you've seen the GameCube
it's like you
stick,
hold the thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The aiming for an FPS, it was so unique.
Z, right?
It was actually L.
Oh, was it L?
Yeah, okay. So you hold L, and every time your cursor, your reticule, right, would almost be like facing an enemy. It would be like adaptive, so you'd have like a small little thing in the center.
They changed that in the new the remake, right?
No, they still have the
they have that.
Tech.
Wow.
That's like a Metroid Prime thing. Is this lock on? So and it's different than aim down sights, right? It's like you're literally locking on, but with the lock on, all that does now is it centers the enemy. You still actually have to aim and hit him in the center because you can aim wherever you want.
Love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I think it sounds awesome.
They obviously showed that off. They also showed the scanning, everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, this feels like OG Metroid Prime.
It's the next Metroid Prime. Yeah. Instead of calling it Metroid Beyond, it's Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. That's awesome. That is so exciting.
I'm so hyped, bro. I know I know we got many people like Caleb on board for that.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, the next game we alluded to, I think these are going to be the 3 biggest games for us personally.
I think so.
This is going to be Mario and Luigi Brothership. Which I think you and I can relate to.
Yes.
This is hype. This is release date of this year, November 7th, 2024.
Wow.
Yeah. At the end of the year, I'm stoked. I actually really want to play this game. Like if I went home for like Christmas break, this would be like one of those games to play, right?
Absolutely.
So it's a new adventure that will send the Mario Bros on an island-hopping adventure on the part ship, part island. Whatever that means.
Did you see what it looked like?
I didn't actually see. I saw a snippet, like almost like a small 2-second frame of animation.
Yeah.
Of the art style.
Oh yeah,
which is it's definitely new.
It's
okay,
new.
It's made for the Switch, no doubt, because this is now a new series that's come. It's evolved from the Game Boy Advance on the DS, right? And it died on the 3DS.
Right.
So this new kind of style, despite the newness, the fresh coat of paint, and the HD, it looks and like animation. It looks like it is the heart of what
it
Mario
looks
and
like
Luigi
a Mario and Luigi
is.
Yeah, it looks like a Mario and Luigi game. And I think that game, the reason it's so special to me is this idea of, I was so convinced, and this is another example, you just can't predict Nintendo.
Absolutely not.
Even if you're like, oh, I'm going to break down, okay, this game sold like this did this fucking, what are they called? It was the second party company, right? What was they called?
Alpha Dream.
Alpha Dream
second party.
went under. Literally done. You would expect, you're like, okay, if I can put my eggs into a basket and say, I'm pretty certain this series is done, you just can never get to that point. Never can. And it just fills me with that kind of just like childlike wonder of like, what could happen? Anything. Absolutely. Really, anything could happen when it comes to Nintendo. And
it's great to be a Nintendo fan.
It really to say
that out loud.
I was thinking about
constantly now.
Yeah. I saw this post on Twitter where it was this person who was just making a joke where it's like it was a bunch of all the Mario and Luigi games surrounding a Switch. Oh, yeah. And the caption was like, Nintendo, make a new Mario and Luigi and my life is yours. And that kind of stuff. You know, they're trying to summon a brand new game.
Totally.
And I just thought, how cool is that someone who is such a big fan gets to have these moments. I literally think about that all the time where, like, one day when Tomodachi Life 2 or Tomodachi World gets announced.
I hope it does.
And it will one day. I'm pretty certain about this. It has to. They brought Miitopia to the Switch. There has to be some kind of expansion that will come with the Tomodachi brand. I have to believe
as you're saying, just have faith.
I have faith. And that's the idea of, like, when that moment comes, maybe some people will be like, what is this game? Who knows about this? But that's my moment. Yes. Of, like, this is all I wanted. This is all I need. I felt that way a lot with those Smash DLCs. Pyra and Mithra.
Are you kidding
me? And Min Min.
Yes.
I love ARMS. I'm one of 2 ARMS fans in the world. I'm not kidding. And I could never have guessed that, like, a character that I played a lot in ARMS, it's like it was made for me.
Yes.
The fuck?
Right.
That was all I could ask for, was some kind of ARMS character.
Well, that's the feeling you'll have when they announce Tomodachi World is made for Joshi.
It's Joshi made.
Yeah, dude.
So really exciting,
and
it just
I feel that. Yeah, feeling, dude. You know? I'm fucking with you. I feel that towards this series.
Me too.
This was a game where I remember, like, when the first came out. I can't remember the year, maybe like 2004, something like that, 2003.
It was GBA, right?
It was GBA, Superstar Saga.
Superstar Saga, baby.
I remember actually reading about it in a Nintendo Power magazine as one of those, like, preview games with a single screenshot that's this big. And reading the description and being like, wait, is this like a remake of like a SNES series? I've never heard of this. And I had already played Thousand Year Door and the OG Paper Mario, and there was no other real Nintendo games like those. Right? Absolutely. And I picked this up in the GBA, much like Sonic Battle, right? It was just these random crapshoot new series that it's like, yo, Mario and Luigi? This doesn't play anything like Mario 64, like Mario Sunshine. This is a beloved series for myself, and especially, as we were saying earlier, with how I'm loving, Kendall and I both, It is a dream come true. It's made for me of playing Thousand Year Door HD.
Absolutely.
I finally got to play in full Super Mario RPG.
That's right.
And this, now, it's not remakes. This is a new RPG
brand new
made by Nintendo in the same year. Are you serious? That's crazy. Because I'm pretty sure Mario RPG came out like either like late November or early December. So literally the release dates will be within 1 year.
Yeah, in the span of a year.
Blowing my mind. I'll just plug the last info and we can move on from this game because this is probably my biggest surprise, I would say.
I think I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah. Like
Zelda was a big surprise for me.
The surprise for me on Zelda was the art style.
The art style.
I was not expecting the exact same engine art style.
Yeah.
I was expecting definitely more of the Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, I agree.
But the info is that this island ship is called Shape Island.
Shape Island, baby.
Of course. It says they journey across Concordia, and they will visit rainforest cities and more, running alongside Peach, Bowser, and other Mushroom Kingdom favorites. This is also just addressing a big problem we've talked about this is Mario Wonder was the first to break this cycle for Nintendo from what we've talked about since starting the podcast, which is comfort zone. It's comfort zone of Miyamoto being in the Mushroom Kingdom, right? Keeping the characters unoriginal. Like that was just on a Paper Mario aspect, right? Jumping from Sticker Star onward, it was like we got an exchange of like 1, 2, 3 brand new characters from their own world, whatever.
Right.
But all the other characters and the lore, it's Toads, it's Koopas, Goombas, it's the same shit.
Absolutely.
Like the reason Thousand Year Door is amazing and works is because it's so out there.
It's out there.
The partners are crazy.
And it was it's also just new worlds with new like creatures that live in those worlds. And it honestly I was starting to feel that break, especially with Odyssey, but also like
you're right, Odyssey too. Yeah.
Odyssey really broke that idea down where it's like, oh, you think that, it's going to be Toads? No, actually, in this steam garden, there's living water spouts robot water spouts that will talk to you.
It's gyroids,
and they're literally. But also Mario Wonder, the vast amount of places and worlds, and your little caterpillar companion. Just it's not much.
Can I also say one of my favorite things about Wonder was those talking flowers?
Yeah.
Like what were they sprinkled in? Because it's a different kingdom, like they're like I
don't remember.
What are they?
Super flowers.
Yeah, sure. They're like talking flowers, right?
That's
instead of being normal flowers. Honestly, it's the small details too
wonderful
that just build this world. Even the jarring. Take two examples that have done this, right? Sonic 06 also does this, but it's this jarring where we're putting humanity into this very cartoony world and universe. Yeah. And Mario Odyssey nailed it.
Killed it.
As opposed to Sonic 06, it was just weird and it stayed weird, right? So it's crazy they say rainforests, cities, and more because those two levels, the rainforest and the city, were like some of my favorite experiences in Odyssey.
I completely agree. I literally was thinking Odyssey when you were reading that.
Yeah.
I was like, it feels like Odyssey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So big hype there, Joshy. Let's jump to some other things that are all over the map, I'll be honest, all right? Starting with Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D.
That was leaked, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
It was rumored, right?
Oh, yeah. But they had already announced the project.
Oh, they
did. The leak was that we would actually have the first bit of footage in the direct as opposed to, it's Square, right?
Right.
So they could be shown it at PlayStation or their own shit.
Yeah.
But they actually did it with Nintendo, showing partnership, which is also awesome.
We love seeing that.
We love it. The release date is this year, which is big hype. November 14th.
Tis.
Big hype. With also an announcement of the first two games in the HD 2D style, which is Dragon Quest 1 and 2, are to follow, bless you, bro, next year. And by the way, I didn't know this till I read this article. The first chronological game in the Erdrick trilogy is 3, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so kind of does a Metal Gear Solid thing.
Yeah.
We'll let players embark on a quest to save the world from the dark forces of the evil archfiend Baramos.
Baramos.
One of those two.
Well, probably one of them.
I didn't watch the trailer, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I need to because...
I saw the artwork, though, and I thought it looks good. It looks but, I mean, not for the literal game, but just the artwork that came out. Yeah. It looks... Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to look it up right here. It looked a little...
Not impressed?
No. It's not that it looks bad. It just looks... going away from Akira Toriyama's style, which is a little weird. Ooh. And to be honest, it just looks a little more basic. I feel like Dragon Quest has such an interesting art style, especially because of Akira Toriyama's influence. I see what you mean. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that looks like Bravely Default, or not Bravely Default, what's it called? Octopath Traveler.
It's crazy you say that, because I'm looking at this. Yeah. I actually looked at this image, and probably just because of where my wheelhouse is with JRPGs and art. Yeah. And Square Enix too. Yeah. Like, I have such fixation on the artists that they choose to promote. They will have like an artist, like I'm usually, when I'm like in Final Fantasy, I can't remember the main guy who like does the art for most mainline Final Fantasy. Yeah. But bless you, my man. So sorry. Get it out. I do. Drink up. The artist who does this, I'm pretty sure he's done other mainline Final Fantasy art. Pretty sure he's done exactly what you said. Yeah. Octopath Traveler. Yeah. Bravely Default was the same artist as Octopath Traveler. Yeah. This looks the same. And so maybe I'm just looking at it with that lens of like, it just looks like every other JRPG. But I know it's not. I think it's cool. I mean, I'm literally also just I'm not a fan of Dragon Quest, so I could not tell you. I just have a lot of respect for Akira Toriyama's style. It's honestly one of the things I like the most about that new game that came out. Yeah, was the distinction. Yeah, just I love seeing that artwork and the way that those characters looked brought to life. Seriously, it's a style. It's a distinct style that Dragon Quest holds. And I know they're not going to make that the distinct style, but it almost feels like making it more of a basic JRPG. If that makes sense. I see what you're saying. And I'm not even trying to be a hater. I'm just saying that maybe even hiring, obviously, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, but there's some really talented the other artists for the Dragon Ball Super manga right now, which would do some incredible artwork. I just know they would for this game. But this is going to be, to be honest, well, just me. Akira Toriyama did have his toes in this. Did he? Definitely. Did he? Before passing. This is a big project happening, but I will say, this is going to be, I think, the birth, Joshy, of us seeing, how the company like Square Enix, with their relationship, with their history, chooses to respect the ideals that were, original. And specifically, this isn't so much... Right. It's definitely Square involved, but it's also the Dragon Quest team, whoever's leading that now. Oh, yeah. Right? Oh, yeah. They might make decisions that steer away from Akira Toriyama. You know what? And to some people, that might not be a big deal. Yeah. To a lot of people, that might be a really big deal. I also think it's not even that big a deal, because it's like, it's their projects, and they get to make it however they want. You can also, if you zoom in, you can clearly see the Dragon Ball influence. The spikes on those hairs are distinctly Dragon Ball. Badass. And even the eyebrows, I'm looking at it. It's got that influence to it. I'm also not even trying to hate. I love that. I do like that style of it's worth the bringing it up. Beverly Default. But when I look at that, gotta say it how it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Absolutely, bro. Anyway. So the next game on the list is Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Another shocker, to be honest. Sir. I don't think anyone was talking about this. I did not expect that. No. January 16th is the first game on the list. There you go. That is coming out next year, which I think is ironic and highlights something small, which is that Nintendo specifically in their tweet said we are only announcing things releasing this year.
Why do they even say that? If
that's what I'm saying. Okay, and again,
liars.
Exactly,
They're
bro.
liars.
PR is gonna say whatever.
That's true,
right? So
yeah.
And I always fall back to like, no, guys, we're not discontinuing the 3DS. And then 2 months later, they announced they're discontinuing.
We will still be continuing.
Yeah. No worries, guys.
No, and also just things change too. If it's like,
all the time.
Yeah, whatever. I think this is cool. I love Donkey Kong Country Returns, and to be honest,
you play it on the 3DS.
Yeah. I played a lot of it. A whole lot of it.
Yeah, because they had a remake on the 3DS and on the Wii U, right?
No. That was Tropical Freeze was the game they put on it. There's only been...
Didn't the Wii?
The Wii was what Donkey Kong Country Returns was on, but it didn't get a fair shake, no pun intended, because of those motion controls. And...
Right. Bless you, my man.
Jesus, man.
Got it, bro.
Goodness gracious is what
the
I'm
allergy
saying.
season's here.
It is. It's been kicking my ass, too. So, what I'll say is...
allergy bug.
It is
straight in your mouth.
1:30, by the way. Yeah. So if I do yawn, that's why.
Yeah.
So what I'll say about this is, I don't think the original got a fair shake because it was bogged down by motion controls. To roll, you had to shake the damn Wii remote and all that kind of silly stuff.
Yeah.
Made it kind of a gimmick. Yeah, made it a gimmicky game. And then 3D made it incredible. Amazing. But then again, it was only a 3DS game, and you know what? How crazy is the
it's not going to feel the same, especially co-op. I think that is a huge aspect of Donkey Kong Country. Okay,
huge.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. The tidbit is complete with 2-player local co-op.
Love it.
Right, perfect,
beautiful.
The 80 levels from the OG Wii version and the additional stages added to the 3DS version with additional content, more to be revealed soon. Basically,
featuring Dante. No, what's his name? Funky Kong. You ever seen that the sticker that's on top of
like with Dante from Devil May Cry?
Yeah,
it's Funky Kong.
But they do the Funky Kong because they literally put that sticker. It's like the new Funky mode.
Yeah, the new Funky mode.
Yeah, it's so funny.
That was on Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so people kind of turned it into kind of the meme of like Dante from the Devil May Cry. So you'll see like Sonic and Knuckles 2 featuring Dante, and then I'll say, that's what it says, new funky mode.
New funky mode,
he's popping around the corner. I love that.
It's the new meme, and then you throw them both on, bro.
You put both of them on there. Absolutely.
I'm gonna run through now probably my final highlight.
Yes.
Okay, which is going to be Super Mario Party Jamboree. Mm-hmm. My man, this is. I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
In looking at the list, this was the one.
Yeah.
Even above, what did I say was my biggest excitement? And, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Yeah. Do not get me wrong. Do not misunderstand.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for a continuation of that series. No question. And maybe I'm a little bit, satisfied right now with 1,000 Year Door where we're at. It's like, whoa.
You got enough.
That's on top of it.
Yeah, you're chilling.
Super Mario Party Jamboree, my man, this is the right move, bro, by Nintendo. I'm not kidding. This is what they did with Superstars, which was remaking the best of Mario Party and putting it into a Switch game it's true to form. They listened to the fans, bro. They reset the coin stuff, all the garbage that they did as a change of gameplay, but made it almost seem like this is the new permanent Mario Party experience. In the previous game, I forget.
Super Mario Party.
It was Super Mario Party. Yeah.
Which is
not a fan. At the end of the day.
And it was also
with
just
the 2 games,
mediocre, to be honest.
Yeah. I will say the mini games were good.
I agree.
A lot of the mini games were good.
I agree, but the gameplay was just kind of mediocre.
Very,
100%.
I would say.
Especially compared to Superstars.
Playing with your friends, which is the point of it. Right?
So, I wanted to say something interesting. It's Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yes.
So it's a sequel to Super Mario Party. Did you think that's weird that they went Super Mario Party Superstars, and now it's Super Mario Party Jamboree?
I don't, because here's why.
Let me think about it.
My headspace is on... Yeah. They did a rebranding with Super Mario Party. So that now I'm seeing it with this new title format, right? Is that Mario Party went numbered all the way up until Mario Party 11, 10 with Bowser.
That was 10.
That was 10.
On the Wii U.
Right. That was the finale of Mario Party, and it ended very badly. Right. Okay? So they finally, years later, on the Switch, they come out with a new format, in comparison to where the Mario Party numbered line ended, Super Mario Party actually is much better, to be honest.
Than 10, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they're like, all right, we still are here.
Right.
Here's Mario Party, not Super Mario Party. Right. Superstars.
Right?
Yes. It's also
convoluted. Isn't it goofy?
Super.
So we have Super Mario Party, Mario Party Superstars, and now Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Right.
Weird.
It's dumb, but the defense I've got is that that was an ode to it was all throwbacks. It was all OG format.
Almost a celebration of a series of sorts.
Exactly, right? A collection. So now this is them continuing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they're keeping all the things from Superstars that were good and that fans actually want. Right? And then but this is now continuing the Superstar line, the new generation.
Watch them bring back car mode.
No.
Yeah, what if they did,
bro.
If they did, though?
The only thing we got two things. The first is the most hype. October 17th. Woo! It comes out this year.
Let's go.
So we'll have an update, obviously.
We do.
Because we have to play this game, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Brand new Mario Party game with an enormous island resort. That's hype.
Cool.
Features 5 new game boards, 2 boards from previous games.
Hey.
So, wow. They're still keeping, reusing things that fans love.
Too. Yeah.
That's great. Over 110 mini games.
That's nice.
Love to see that.
How many were in Superstars?
If I'm not mistaken, Super Mario Party had 60 games. If I'm not mistaken. That would be almost double, my guy. Superstars had quite a bit.
It did. It was 100.
It was 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even 90, though. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good amount. This might be the most in any Mario Party besides...
the top 100?
Yeah. Because I think there's actually more than 100 in that game. That you could unlock.
Even though it's called Top 100 Mario Party?
You just can't trust the names.
You really can't. You really can't.
A new Koopa-Thon mode.
Cool.
Don't know what that means. Just that it supports over 20 players.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And more.
I saw that.
Yeah. Cool. I'll be honest. I'm gonna really dissect, I think, the trailer myself and see if I can, bless you, my man,
Thank you, buddy.
pick up and see if any of my concerns are addressed. But I'm big hyped and hopeful for this game.
I am too, by the way. I wasn't even trying to say it's Super Mario Party.
All the angles.
I think it's awesome. I also love continuing series.
Yeah,
I love Nintendo, and I love
I love all the
Mario
risk
Party.
taking I'm saying.
I completely agree.
Yeah. It's great because this is the time to do it. The Switch is doing really well.
It's doing very good.
Don't play it safe, right?
Absolutely.
You're killing it.
Keep
Joshy, I got a list of the other announcements. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of rapid fire. You let me know if you want to stop.
I will.
We got Marvel vs. Capcom, the Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics.
Love it.
Actually, I'm gonna go wait for my notes here. I'm just gonna pull up the whole article just in case you want to stop.
Sure. Get it going.
We've got
Get it going.
This is hype on the Virtual Console, the Nintendo Switch Online, little virtual console.
That's what I call it. Yeah. I know exactly what
it has something it's called. I think they literally call it Nintendo Switch Online.
I think it's called Nintendo Switch Online.
NSO. Whatever. It's a virtual console. We've got The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, 4 Swords. That's hype, really cool. Bro. That's that's unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Followed by Metroid Zero Mission.
That's so tough, too.
Also tough. Perfect Dark on 64.
And
Turok Dinosaur Hunter. Bro.
Turok? No way.
Yes.
Holy shit.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is by the way,
Turok?
Perfect Dark and Turok are rare games.
Rare games.
Rareware.
They're on the oh no, maybe they're not. But the
Perfect Dark is on the collection.
Yeah. Perfect Dark. No, but I think it's Rare Rewind. Something
Rare
like
Recap.
that. Yeah.
Rare Replay.
Rare Replay. That's what it is. I think it's the sequel to Perfect Dark. They have like a 360 sequel that came out, and it came with the collection, I think. I think that's the one.
Dude, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think this is the OG.
But this is the OG.
Yeah.
So dude, now I'm going to own both.
Big hype. We got Nintendo World Championships, NES edition.
NES.
Gets a new look. set to launch on the Switch July 18th.
Very cool.
150 apparently they showed 150 speedrunning challenges from the 13 NES games. That's wild. I'm all for that.
Let's get it.
Nintendo Switch Sports is adding basketball in a free update this summer.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Again, I
kind of thought that game was done.
Exactly. I'll go back to what I said earlier. They're showing support for this a year later.
Love it.
Dude.
Come on now.
Fuck yeah.
Keep going.
Now. Let's keep it going, especially free. Dude, come on. That is love.
That is love.
You don't have to do anything for free. You don't have to. Yeah, I love it. Okay, next is Nintendo gave fans another look at Lego Horizon Adventures.
That's right.
This is so big. This is a Sony partnered IP being shown on the Switch now.
Nintendo game. That is wild.
During a showcase.
Yeah, it is.
That's cool.
Crazy.
That's really we're cool. Getting in new territory.
We're getting connected
of gaming. You know what I mean?
We're getting connected.
We're getting plugged in. You know
we're getting plugged in.
It's a multitap, baby. Mobile game Fantasian is being released on Switch this holiday. I'm gonna skip the article and just tell you what I did in a little digging.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, this game is a mobile style game that was exclusively on the Apple Arcade.
Oh wow.
And on Steam, maybe on Steam. It definitely was on Apple. Okay. Apparently, it was really good, and now this is its first time coming off that platform.
Okay, very cool.
And coming to Switch, and apparently, it's rated pretty damn good.
Really?
I think it's a JRPG. To be honest, it's called Fantasian.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
so check that out. Good. We've got surprising hit here: Tales of the Shire. A Lord of the Rings game comes to Switch. You live life as a peaceful hobbit.
A little hobbit game.
Yeah. Little life sim. That's cool. Hey.
That's cool.
IP from Lord of the Rings. Come
Love
on.
Lord of the Rings.
Somehow, I think this is like a spoken into existence thing with the Flash Bros.
What?
We spoke into existence one time during like an episode. I can't remember how and why.
Which one?
We were talking about some highly rated games, and we came across Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Oh my gosh!
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's never ending.
Yeah.
The announcement is Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a cozy game with our Sanrio favorites. A new game from Hello Kitty Island Adventure is coming to Switch.
Love it.
Man, it's
people love that game too.
Yeah.
People love Hello
and
Kitty.
And Sanrio, right? Like
which one?
Oh, Hello Kitty is Sanrio.
Yeah.
Right? That's the developer? You're right. Ignore me. Yeah, we'll move on. Disney's Illusion Islands Mystery in Moneth. I think that's the whole title of it. Disney Illusion Islands Mystery in Moneth.
That's quite the strange title.
It is.
I don't know.
And it's free. Apparently, it's already a game that's out. I didn't even know.
Okay.
It's getting a big free update today of detective mystery thing. Sweet. Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah.
HD is almost here. It's coming out June 27th.
That's way sooner than I thought.
Me too.
June.
So I'm excited to. I'm personally going to be looking at
review in a week.
Yeah, it's literally a week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So like next Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Hype, bro.
Yes, sir.
Funko Fusion.
Oh, yeah.
Gameplay trailer revealed. That's sick.
Keep Funkos off my fucking system.
Yeah, I'm with it, bro.
I hate Funkos.
They're taking over the world.
I hate them.
It's the new Beanie
Just
Babies,
so you guys know.
like because they want to be.
But it's like ugly.
Yeah.
It's bad Beanie Babies.
I'll be honest. There's only a couple I like. I like some of the Pokemon ones.
That Yugi one is cool.
And the Espeon I really like. And the Yugi one's sick.
The Yugi one is cool. I'll say there's cool ones. But then like...
It's not like Amiibo though.
Yeah, like when you see it, it's like, you really want you want so many of those?
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
No.
Could not be.
Metal Slug Attack Reloaded is coming to Switch. Have you heard of Metal Slug?
No.
This is an old... I think it even started as an arcade game, my guy.
Okay.
One of the most fun, one of the only arcade games I played as a kid. Definitely, I feel like if you'd look it up, it might be familiar to you. You'd have to look up gameplay, though, because why this is so cool. As a kid, playing arcade games, I don't know, like it would always be next to like Cabela, right?
Okay.
Like some Cabela's like hunting game. This is like a traditional kind of like side-scrolling, think like old school Mega Man, but it's just like... it's almost in like this old school like Terminator.
Yeah.
With like it's over the top on everything. So you're like some military dudes with machine guns, and you upgrade your guns and you go, and you were just getting hoarded by enemies. Hoarded. It's chaos on the screen at all times. Yeah. You're shooting. The sound effects are good. It's actually a classic. Yeah. Big classic. So cool they're bringing it back in like a big action-packed 2D pixel tower defense game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. I haven't heard Metal Slug, the name, in a long time.
Well, I love me some tower defense games.
Yeah, I think the OGs will know exactly what I'm talking about. We got Darkest Dungeon 2. Oh, wow. Will bring its terrors to Switch next month, coming out July 15th.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty damn good indie game. It's got like a permadeath.
Darkest Dungeon?
Yeah, it's a JRPG strategy game with with like permadeath as an element. It's actually rated really good, the original. Very good. And it's totally indie. Nice. So that's awesome, man.
Love those games, don't we?
Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports.
What the fuck?
Is coming to Switch. Literally put on by the Acme crew, right? It's like Acme Hour. Don't you remember that?
Acme Hour?
Yeah, you never heard that? No, that's like like when you'd watch like Dragon Ball, like cartoons on Cartoon Network or something, right? Or like not Cartoon Network.
Wait, what?
I think it's under the umbrella of Cartoon Network. But like Acme is like characters within the universe of Looney Tunes.
What?
Maybe Toonami?
Toonami is just like anime on Cartoon Network. That was what they called it.
Yeah, maybe not. Toonami. But you know that vein? Disney XD.
Yeah.
Acme Hour. So it would be Looney Tunes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah.
Very
more
cool.
Zane for you. There's no release date or anything. Apparently it's wacky versions of basketball, soccer, golf, and tennis. So it's like a little sports game. Yeah.
Cute.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. I don't know. I've only played one Looney Tunes game. It was actually on the 64. It was brutal.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I had one on the Game Boy. Like a Bugs Bunny Game Boy
Yes,
game?
dude. They actually were pretty popular back in the day. Yeah. Anyways, we got Stray. Meows its way to the Switch this holiday. That is that new cat game. Yeah, it's an indie game, right?
Sort of.
Sort of.
I think it's... Maybe it's an indie game?
Maybe they got...
But they had a pretty big budget for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, maybe they got a publisher, right? But I think it's a small studio. It probably is. That's cool. To be honest, I keep hearing about it about once a month somehow, right? Like,
I've heard it's cute.
Obviously,
I've heard it's fun. It's like in a cyberpunk world, you play as a little kitty.
No, there you go.
I love it.
We got Mio. Xenoblade? Mio Memories in Orbit is a Metroidvania set in a dangerous technological arc. Looks like a brand new game. I don't even know the developer here, but it's a Metroidvania, so I'm interested.
I always love Metroidvania.
So that got revealed. So you check that out, Josh. We've got new crewmate and imposter roles are coming to Among Us today.
Oh, yeah.
I love that Among Us just keeps hitting headlines.
They keep going.
Even though I don't play it, it's
huge,
still going.
Though,
it's huge. Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
It's one of those games that's just gotten to
It's
unreal.
like Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah, unreal levels.
We've got Just Dance Never Dies. 2025 dances its way on to the Switch in October.
I guess those games just keep selling, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they don't
40 new songs. It's kind of like the new age rock band for like a music game.
Yeah, I guess so. It's
just so mainstream.
I feel like it's like the most mainstream video game out there. Just Dance.
Yeah.
And think about they were still releasing shit for the Wii in what was the
after
last
it was
game?
done.
Yeah,
it was literally Just Dance.
One of the last. I'm gonna look that up.
2019, something like that.
Yeah.
The year of COVID, bro.
Oh, no.
We've got Ace Attorney, Investigations Collection.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Looks to serve justice this September.
It was 2020, by the way.
2020.
On the Wii.
That's nuts, bro.
They had a release.
Didn't they stop production of the Wii in 2016?
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
And they dropped
that
2020
is
on
crazy.
the Wii.
There's always these sports and dancing games.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Dude, September 6th, we get the collection involving... remasters of Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth and Investigations 2 Professor's Gambit. Nice. The latter of which has never been in English before.
Oh, shit.
That is cool. I've never even heard of these miniseries. The Investigations Collection.
I don't know if I know those.
No idea. That sounds fantastic because I love Ace Attorney from afar.
Yeah, me too. I mean? I'm the same exact way.
Yeah, and it's like it definitely influenced Danganronpa, which is one of my favorite series, as you know. So
yeah, and it's so iconic though.
It's so iconic.
And I like things being available. I love games getting re-releases and new releases. And just being able to be played.
Yes.
I love that idea.
Yes, dude.
Because that's even something I'm experiencing right now with fucking Xenogears and Xenosaga.
Dude,
I
absolutely.
have to emulate it to play it.
Yeah.
Unless I want to shell out some money for a PS2 and some brand new games, which I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to.
And it won't even look good on these TVs if you did. You need a CRT TV. Right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Nope, it's not happening.
Nuh-uh.
Joshy, we've got Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero, new game from the Disgaea team, tactical turn-based RPG.
There we go.
That's great.
Love it.
I've, as I've said before, not really a Disgaea fan, I'll be honest. That was a game a lot of people recommended to me back in the Reddit days because I love Fire Emblem so much.
Right.
But there's something about Fire Emblem that is very unique, and it's very, for me personally, strategy games are always compared to Fire Emblem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I couldn't get into it, but I think it's big hype. It's actually it's a big IP.
So I could say, if I point at someone else, I'd say Disgaea, fan of Disgaea, and Disgaea, not a fan of Disgaea.
Exactly.
You like that?
Yeah. I like it to think a second.
Yeah.
You had to lock it in.
Come on, lock it in.
Farmigia brings together, it sounds dirty, brings together monster combat, collecting, and farming. It's a new kind of Animal Crossing.
I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah. I guess people are hyped for this. All right.
Hey, people love their
coming
cozy
out November 1st, so coming out this year too.
I guess it's not a cozy game. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, it could be. But the monsters could be scary.
Little monster,
right?
yeah.
The 100-line Last Defense Academy. Did you see this? Bro? I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I mentioned Danganronpa, Ace Attorney. This is
by the same people.
Game by the Danganronpa team.
I did see this.
Bro, this is so hyped. Yes. So I'm going to read this excerpt. Danganronpa fans rejoice as the 100-line Last Defense Academy is on its way and will cast players as Takumi Sumino, a character who must protect his school from the school invaders for 100 days. Along the way, Takumi will interact with 15 of his companions. There's 16 main characters, okay?
Right.
That is Danganronpa.
What's the name of this new?
It's called The 100-line.
And it's the same developers?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
because to be honest, Spike Chunsoft.
Oh, yes.
To be honest, Danganronpa as a series, it's kind of one of those things of like, it's complete.
Right.
If you add more, it's kind of what you were saying earlier. Like,
about Toy Story 4 and stuff like that.
Exactly like that, bro.
You don't need to unwrap
You would have to like add lore just to add lore.
It's wrapped.
It's wrapped,
yes,
right? I'm already shocked that they made the third game because it wraps really well. The second, so
I'm sorry. I know this is something. I thought that they made another game. It was by the people who did Danganronpa, and it was like it took place in that mall, and then the game was canceled. Not the game was canceled, but it was supposed to be a horror. It was supposed to be a thing like Danganronpa where there was a death game, and then the game got canceled in the lore of the world. Do you remember that? No. And it was on a Nintendo Direct.
No.
Fuck. I'll never know. I'll have to dig.
Yeah, you got to dig for that because I'd be interested in that info. Maybe I'll do some digging. The next announcement is Romancing Saga 2: Revenge of the Seven is returning as a full remake. So. Just, honestly, I don't have a ton of interest in the Romancing Saga series, but what I will say is it's a Square Enix title. It actually is really old. It dates back to just after Final Fantasy.
Love
that. Yeah, and Romancing Saga has been a in the last 10 years, I'd say, a revived IP.
There you go.
And apparently it's still going. So it actually is kind of really Final Fantasy, just an alternate version of.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah. But they, one reason or another, it's just not...
Not it?
Yeah. I mean, I've got too much to play. So there's nothing that really is pulling me in to get sucked into that universe, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But full remake coming October 24th. So, again... Continued support, always a good thing.
We love it.
Alvarez Empire is a new art coming to Fairy Tail 2. will let players experience dramatic retelling of the Alvarez Empire arc from Fairy Tale. It's from Koei
The
Tecmo.
anime.
Yeah, it's from the anime, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Moving on to the final announcement.
Ooh.
The new Denpa Men is a free-to-play RPG where you must scour radio waves for small creatures. Coming out July 22nd.
Wow.
22nd, I'm sorry. And you'll be able to experience this unique game. Lets you decorate your island, fish, play against friends, other Denpa Men, and more. It's called Denpa Men. Denpa Men.
Interesting. What the fuck? Oh my god, it almost looks like the art style. I don't know. It's cute. I like it.
Joshy, can I see, actually?
Yeah.
Let me see a visual.
Take a look. I was gonna say.
What the heck?
I was gonna say.
I was talking about you.
Ribbon Heaven.
Rhythm Heaven. Yeah.
A little bit, but
we'll see.
Looks cute.
Whatever, it's cute.
I can
Joshy,
fuck with it.
It is late.
Yes, it is.
And
it is exactly 2.
It is exactly
This is
2
the latest.
a.m. This is now officially the latest recording.
I
think we should wrap, but I think it would be fun.
Yes.
To give this direct a flash score.
Yes. Okay.
Are you down?
I'm so down.
Okay. What do you think?
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
I'm gonna say a solid 4 out of 5.
I actually am 100% with that. I felt like this is kind of the direction of New Age Nintendo. Mm-hmm. They've always innovated.
Yes.
But the innovation has come with a cost. Sometimes they're just taking dumb risks that nobody wants.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes the directs have like one game that I'm interested in, and the rest is like garbage.
Farming Simulator 4, 6, 7, 8.
Sometimes I'm proven wrong. Splatoon was approved wrong.
You didn't like Splatoon?
I'll be honest, when they showed Splatoon, my mindset was, where is the shit I'm caring about?
Yeah, like I want to see.
Right, this is like the Wii U and it's struggling.
Yeah.
Let's get a new Zelda in.
Yeah.
Nope, let's do new IP. Let's do more new IPs.
So I was kind of under that impression. I remember at first not liking the art style and thinking the kids looked weird. And I was like, I don't really like that.
For sure.
And then I watched the direct.
Yeah.
Or there was a whole showcase on it.
Yes.
And I was interested. And then they did the global... oh my god, what the fuck was it called? Global...
Those challenges, right?
No, it was like a free demo on those specific...
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like this global
had a name.
demo is what it was.
I loved it. Literally,
it did have a dope name.
Global, dude. I'm literally looking it up because I feel like a fucking Global Test Fire. That is such a tough ass name. So I remember it had that icon.
Yes.
That icon, and I remember I played it late at night, and the amount of fun I had, it was like going and like playing. I literally was trying to relate it in my head. It's like going and playing paintball, or like going out and playing some kind of game physically out, where it's like, oh my god, I could do this all the time.
Yes.
This is one of the most fun like multiplayer games I've played in ever. I remember having that feeling, pre-ordered the game, literally was so unbelievably excited for it just because of that global test fire, and then played it, and it was one of my most played Wii U games.
Yeah. It's crazy how a demo can do that too.
Oh my god. It's those kind of things where it's like demos sometimes hook you.
Yes.
Like you could get cooked on a demo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, smash the demo. Smash was a good one. That was a good one for me.
That is a next level.
I ran that so
You had the
often.
tech.
I never closed that game. I closed it probably 3 times, I think, and I had like it was like 15 reactivations or something. That was how many times you could have it.
This was stellar. So I'm really excited to see what's on
4
the
out of 5.
horizon.
Solid 4 out of 5.
And because also I want to say they didn't show anything that they got cooking for the next console.
They absolutely did not.
That is so impressive that they reached a 4 out of 5 just on that level.
Completely agree.
So Nintendo. Keep it up, baby. You heard it here first.
Keep it cooking. From
the Flash Bros, Joshy, let's jump to our class trial. Unless you want to take one final break before we wrap, or
I'm ready to wrap.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it, baby. Actually, you know what?
No.
Are we ready to jump into this Class Trial.
Oh, yeah.
The trivia for the day.
Oh, yeah. I got some fun trivia, too.
Hell yeah.
I think I only have... I guess I only have 4. I thought I wrote 5, but 4 it is.
4
that's
it is.
Okay.
But
these are going to be fun ones.
With me. Okay. Hell yeah.
All right. Alrighty. You ready?
I'm ready.
Alrighty. Getting us started. These are based on some of the new announcements that came with the Nintendo Direct. So it's kind of based around the series.
Oh, yeah.
But just some fun questions to get us started. Alrighty. I'm going to get it kicked off with a question about Metroid. Okay. Right? Are you ready? Ready. Metroid Prime, which you should know a little bit about. Hopefully.
Yes.
We'll see. All right. What type of Phazon are not protected against? Are you not protected against at any point in Metroid Prime?
Oh shit. So
it's a color.
Yes, it's red Phazon.
Nice job.
Yeah.
You got that.
Because remember what I said? Everything about that Phazon, you get the suit.
Yes.
But when you get to the lair after you beat Ridley at the end of the game, the Phazon is red. I
can't believe you ended up talking about that question.
That's
what
wild.
I'm saying.
We bring shit up like that.
That is some wild stuff.
Yeah, you'll see in Proverb Spotlight in a second here,
sir.
Buddy. Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's going to be a Reggie quote. I'm calling it. What? No, I'm just kidding. All right. Next question. What is the name of the jungle that Donkey Kong and his friends live in?
Ooh. Congo Jungle.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Nice job. Alrighty. Doing good.
Donkey
2 for 2
Konga.
so far.
Thank you for the hint, baby.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we love Donkey Kong. Alright, this one's kind of tough. How many Mario and Luigi titles does the quirky Dr. Egad show up in?
1.
Is that your final answer?
I feel like it's wrong, but I have to stick with it.
Well, that's up to you. You gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
It is 2.
It's 2.
He's in Superstar Saga, and he's also in
Partners in Time.
Partners in Time.
I knew he was in Partners in Time. I don't remember him in Superstar Saga.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
I checked the wiki and everything. He's listed on those games. Technically, it's 3 games because they had that Superstar Saga remake that they made, but I'm not counting that. It's a remake.
I see what you did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I remember thinking it was so cool though that they made this like crossover.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that he's in it.
So cool.
I like that he is.
This series, man.
Yeah, so he's in 2 of those games.
Okay.
So nice job. Technically missed it, but that's okay. Alrighty.
I'll take it, bro.
Yes.
What's my last question?
No, I was wrong. These are 5 questions.
Oh, bet.
I'm so stupid.
Hey, we can.
I'm a big goober.
We can count, yeah.
Apparently.
Oh, your counting hours are over.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm clocked out. Oh shit! I gotta sneeze.
Your sneezing hours are over too. Buddy.
I know they are. Actually, I'm done. Which Mario Party games had every player riding around in a car together in the
Mario Party 10?
Basically, is that your final answer?
Wait.
How many games?
How many games?
How many Mario Party games? Which Mario Party games?
There was 2.
There was 2.
Mario Party 10, and there was one Mario Party. Was it 9? Where
you gotta lock in. You gotta tell me. You can't.
I have to tell you the game.
You gotta say the 2 games, because I'll give you that.
It's the one with the hotel, right?
I can't say anything.
And like a casino.
Can't say
I think it's Mario Party 8.
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
You were on the right track.
It was 9.
It's 9 and 10.
Damn it!
It
was 9.
I will give you a half a point. Though.
I'll take half.
I'll give you half a point for that. Because it was 2 answers. Alrighty, this one's fun. This one's gonna be tough though.
Okay.
With the hype of a brand new top-down Zelda game where the player finally plays as Zelda, we finally asked the question: what was the first Zelda game where you played as Zelda all the way through?
That is the question.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
What? Can you give me a hint of the system?
I can, but you are going to have to tell me the name of the Zelda game. You would have
Absolutely.
Okay. It was on the Philips CDI.
What the
That is absolutely true. There were 3 Nintendo games released on the Philips CDI.
No.
Yeah. And one of them it was a Legend of Zelda game where you played as Zelda saving Link.
The Legend of Zelda. Definitely doesn't have wisdom in the game, I'll tell you.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
It is Lover's Embrace.
I love that idea. You know what? I think that's a beautiful title. But it was called The Legend of Zelda: The Wand of Gamelon. And it was a Philips CDI game. Yes.
Yes. Of Gamelon?
Gamelon.
Is it canon?
No, it's not canon.
Okay.
It also, so this is the one right here. I will show you pictures right here. This was the one. Legend of Zelda, officially licensed by Nintendo. It looked like shit. This was one of the other CDI games. There are actually 3 Zelda CDI games. Look, the HD remaster we're gonna get Wand of Gamelon. No, but that was excellent. Some fun trivia stuff, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Of course,
3.5. I'll take it.
3.5 is not bad.
Hell yeah.
Out of 5, not bad at all.
That's right, baby.
Pretty fun, huh?
It's about my sleep score right now.
There you go.
Yeah, Joshy, I have our weekly Words of Wisdom, our Proverb Spotlight of the week, inspired by, you already know, the legendary, invincible, and undying Uncle Iroh.
Of course he is.
As we found out in Korra. No spoilers.
Absolutely.
But, Joshy, I have, I thought it's been fun to kind of do little mix-ups where I can, and last week I gave you multiple quotes.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Actually,
no, you didn't.
You did on the Reggie episode.
The Reggie you did. They were good.
Well, to keep up the theme in the wheelhouse of Nintendo, because we had Nintendo Direct today, I have some quotes from Satoru Iwata. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, and I don't think we've said any quotes on him from him. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know of any. But
I don't think we have.
He spouts some truth.
Love that, man.
I actually would have put more. I just wanted to kind of keep it low. So I got 3.
Low. Right? Okay.
So the first is, we do not run from risk. We run to it. We are taking the risk to move beyond the boundaries of the game industry to reach new players and current players.
That is beautiful. That is what we want.
And I think that is very evident in who Nintendo is now with the Direct we just got.
Completely agree.
Right? So obviously the spirit of Iwata is very strong.
He is smiling.
Yes.
From up above.
You know, all the talk you had about the spirit of Akira Toriyama within Dragon Quest.
Oh my goodness.
This is, you can tell from who Nintendo is right now, that obviously that is very, very true.
Agree.
Are you looking at a nail?
No. You ever done this one? Yeah, it's like that, but look how my hand's facing forward. See that?
Oh, what the?
How are you doing that? How's old Josh doing that? It's very simple. You never did that in high school?
No.
That was something. It was like people could switch between like this one. It was like this one right here.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's this one right here.
Yes.
It's very simple. Yeah, you got it. You just gotta push it up a little bit more. Then you just gotta.
I just always did this with the thumb.
That's a good one. Yeah. You do that really well too, by the way.
I practiced for a long time. My dad showed me, and actually, I can cheat. My thumbs bend 90 degrees.
Oh my goodness!
Like to each other, and it makes it really easy.
It does, doesn't it?
I can wiggle it.
I can't really do it like that.
And then eat it.
Eat it.
Come out my butt, you know. The next quote here, Joshy, in the spirit of Iwata.
Yes.
As is our humor.
Yes.
Quote, on my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer.
I love that quote.
That is
such
gold.
Heat.
I want to get that tattoo.
Yeah, that is
awesome.
That is peak. That is genuinely peak.
And the final quote here, Joshy, is, I've never once been embarrassed that children have supported Nintendo. I'm proud of it. That's because children judge products based on instinct. Everyone wants to appeal to people's instincts, but it's not easy.
It's not.
Dude,
it is not easy.
All gold. That was Satoru Iwata.
That is
the 4th president of Nintendo.
Of America.
And for a little added tidbit, because Iwata is now a past legend, right? Mm-hmm. He worked at HAL Laboratories, was his start at Nintendo in 1980 to 1999.
Goat.
Which, by the way, because he did that, that's why we have Smash.
Beautiful.
That's why his relationship he developed with, he convinced... What's his name? Sakurai to come in the wheelhouse of Nintendo.
I love you,
right?
Iwata. He also has the best accent. I love his voice. Do you remember what it sounds like?
I don't, man. I remember loving it too, especially in those funny
everyone.
Directs. Yes.
He has such a sweet voice.
Yeah.
He's like, we are so excited to show you.
You sound just like him.
I can't do it as well.
He
does it better. He does it the best.
Well, obviously.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
I love him. I love him.
It's one of those, no one else can be Iwata.
No one will be Reggie, no one will be Iwata, no one will be Miyamoto. The big three. Yes. I call those guys the big three in Nintendo. Sakurai, absolutely.
Sakurai's like extension of.
I'd say Sakurai is like his own piece.
He's his own entity. He's like Kojima.
Because sometimes it doesn't feel like he is. He doesn't represent Nintendo. Because like Iwata, Reggie, Reggie's got his own kick-ass like personality to him, but like no one's Sakurai.
That dude is Smash.
He's such a rock star too.
He's such a rock star.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's only a cherry on top that we have other series that are amazing, like Kid Icarus, right?
Literally.
He worked at Nintendo, by the way. Became the president in the year 2000 until 2015. R.I.P. July 11th, 2015.
Such sad news.
Which, by the way, we're almost at. We're about less than a month away from our own July 11th of this year, making that 9 years ago. I can't believe that was 9 years ago.
Peace to the legend, seriously.
Legend, man. Yeah.
One of the best faces you could have, especially for me. I was growing up at the time watching those directs when I got home from school, when oh my gosh, just some of those feelings of being hyped for 3DS games,
Yes.
Iwata was a huge part of that.
Yeah, man. And you can tell that, that quote about how he's in his heart, he's a gamer. You could feel it, and that is the essence of Nintendo that is still going on. Even Reggie gave that vibe. Even Miyamoto gave that vibe.
And if we're talking about, like you said, the legacy of people, he's got quite the damn legacy.
Quite the damn legacy. Joshie. My friends, the crew here today. That is a wrap for the Flash Brothers podcast. Let's do this, baby. It's our first episode, probably in a minute. This definitely season 3, but even beyond that, we're at 3 hours and 43 minutes of runtime, which is fantastic. Which was also a necessity because it is now officially the latest episode of the Flash Bros podcast with an ending.
We'll break the record one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it here for record's sake. We started at about what time did we start? 8?
2:50, 7:50 something.
Yeah. And we ended. Bless you, by the way, bro. At about 2:30. New record.
Man, oh man, you can hear it in my voice.
If you didn't know,
it is.
My friends, thank you for joining us and being a part of today's voyage. Joshie, thanks for cooking with me as always.
Give it to me, yes, sir.
And don't forget to check out our website. We got a Patreon. We got our email.
Check them out.
We got the Q&A on Spotify. Guys,
check out Sweet A on Twitch.
Wrap right there.
Check out Azzy X Huncho on YouTube.
Check them all out, man. Get plugged in, guys. Be part of the crew with us. We'd love to have you.
We got a whole crew.
As always, thanks for cooking with me, bro.
Of course.
Fucking love you. Love all of you guys out there.
Love you guys.
Be safe. Spread love.
Spread love.
Enjoy that weekend.
And get hyped, because there is plenty of reason to be hyped for some Nintendo games. Baby.
I'm going to go get my CDI.
Me too. Yeah, let's go play.